It feels very good to say happy Monday once again. What's up, everyone? I am back after a couple of week hiatus there. A lot has been going on, but I'm here now to watch Monday Night Raw with you, and I tried my best to come up here a little bit early so we could talk about some things, but Raw is about 9 minutes away from kicking off. Actually, the Michael Cole is flapping his gums right now, but figured I'd come up a few minutes early just to kind of maybe discuss a few things that I've missed in the past, couple of weeks, and give you guys kind of a future updated schedule of what I have going on and things like that. Does not look like a crazy Raw tonight as far as the preview goes. Alexa Bliss is announcing the Money in the Bank participants. All right, we're looking good over there. I want to go into the chat and say hi to whoever is here. I know I'm early. Probably not too many people here yet. Just a few. Thank you, guys. Thank you. We Are Pro Wrestling and Crush and Aaron and Raf and Allah. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, Bray Wyatt. That's probably been the funniest thing that's been going on since I've been gone. Where do I begin? Oh, man. Bray Wyatt. But look, first things first to everybody before we get started here. For those of you who do follow me on social media, I lost my father a week ago. He passed away on Easter Sunday. And I found that out at the last day of my vacation in Hawaii. So I've been dealing with that this past week, and I'm going to continue to deal with that for the next couple of weeks. There's a lot to do, and it's just kind of a mess. So what you're going to get out of me on the channel, that's why I'm coming up here a few minutes early, and I'll be directing everybody tonight in the chat and in the stream to come back to the beginning of this video if they want to hear about what my schedule is going to be like. But for the next next couple of weeks, I'm going to have to limit my YouTubing to live streaming. I'll probably do two videos a week. I'll do my Monday Night Raw stream, and then I'll probably come up this week and next week, and maybe even the following week, like at the end of the week, Friday or something like that, do a live stream, discuss Raw, SmackDown, anything going on in the news. As the next of kin, there's a lot to deal with, business-wise, wrapping up my dad's affairs and stuff, so I'm literally dealing with that every day. So I don't really have the motivation to really sit down for 3 or 4 hours and edit a podcast. So until I get to the finish line here, I really have no choice but to limit my YouTubing to live streams for just now. So for the next 2, 3, maybe even a month, it's going to be a whole lot of my face. It's going to be a whole lot of me on Mondays and Fridays. If something crazy happens, I can probably easily do a one-off episode. And also on the side, I'm working on 2 donation videos. One of which is a pay-per-view review, and the other one goes out to Barry. I kind of owe him a freebie from a while back, so I'm going to work on that as well. So you will get, some normal type of videos for me in the next few weeks. But as far as my weekly episodes, I probably won't get one done this week or the next week, or probably even the next. So live streams it is. I hope you guys can handle that. And also on the side, another reason why I'm kind of taking that break from regular video producing is because, number one, I have a lot to deal with business-wise, but number two, I've been thinking about doing something for a couple of years and been casually brainstorming ideas and writing down sort of just half-ass ideas, just in the back of my mind. Well, now I've decided this whole thing that's happened to me has kind of lit a fire under me. I'm going to do a channel overhaul as well. We're going to do some equipment upgrades here. I already think that my shit looks pretty good. When I compare it to other YouTubers and stuff, some of their live streams look like they're, hosted on an iPhone 4 or something. It's just grainy and shitty or whatever. I've always felt like my quality is good, but I still think my quality can be a lot better. So I'm going to work on that stuff too throughout the summer. And the next few months, you'll probably see some changes. I want to change around the scenery. I'm sick of you guys looking at my kitchen all the time. Improve my webcam and everything that I've got here. Just try to make better and try to help the channel grow. So that little bit of a regular schedule hiatus is also going to be dealing with that stuff. And I'm very busy kind of behind the scenes getting ready for not necessarily a relaunch or a rebrand, but just a facelift, on the channel. I think everybody needs that. If I want to push this YouTube channel and make it serious and get out of the, 20,000 or 30,000 subscriber range and actually get into something that's a little more, larger, and more successful, then I need to make some changes internally as well. So that is all going on, whole bunch of stuff. But again, for those of you just tuning in, for the next several weeks, probably anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks, I'm only going to have time to do live streams only until I'm finished dealing with everything I'm dealing with. And thank you to everyone from the bottom of my heart, oh my God, on Twitter, when I let you guys know, because I initially thought I might have to disappear for a while. when I got the news. Come to find out, there's a lot that I can handle from here. So I will be around. So I was trying to regularly tweet as much as I can. But as soon as I let you guys know that, the comments and the DMs I got, and then when I got home, I hadn't checked my email in about a week. So when I got home from Hawaii last Tuesday, I think it was like the next day, I logged into my GoodMicWork email, and so many of you sent, private emails and messages and everything. So thanks for the support. Thanks for the well wishes. I appreciate it. I wouldn't expect anything less from you guys, to be honest with you. I even said, when I tweeted that out to let you guys know that, if I'm gone, here's why. I kind of knew that you guys are going to be super cool with like an outpouring of support and love and all that kind of stuff. So I appreciate that. It helped. It definitely did. And none of this shit is easy for those of you who have had the unfortunate experience of losing a parent. It sucks, especially if you're next of kin and you got to handle all the bullshit. Makes it even worse, makes it even harder. And so just kind of a mess, but it's life, and got to move on. But I'm here now. Raw is now 3 minutes away from kicking off. We'll get into all that stuff. And again, too, because of what's been going on, I haven't really been watching much Raw or SmackDown. I've missed the last couple of weeks. I've watched YouTube clips. I got a general idea of what we saw, but I'm really out of the loop. So I'm watching this Monday Night Raw pretty much blind. Thank you, Addicted Chip, for that super chat. It is really great to be back, and thank you to everybody in the chat currently showing me love and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, Alex, on the cat interruptions. I've kind of taken steps to try to limit those. I've got a new routine when I stream on Mondays. I feed the little bastards about 10 minutes before I go live in the other room. I take the food and water and everything in my bedroom and feed them in there. And they usually go right to sleep after that. So it's been working. But then again, this is a 3-hour stream, so one of them will be fucking around here shortly, I'm sure. And I'm also kind of ready to get back to business. That's for sure. I'm already back at work, balls to the wall, trying to do that. Mind is racing and doing a lot of stuff. So there was no way I was going to skip my stream. So just keep that in mind. Next few weeks, live streams only, Mondays, most likely Fridays or Saturdays. I'll do like an afternoon or early evening stream near the end of the week, and we'll discuss everything and kind of do things in live form. And with the channel overhaul and the changes that I have coming and in my mind, a lot of that does include a lot of on-camera stuff. So get used to seeing me, y'all. And thank you, everybody, and good to see everybody in here, by the way. Alex and Bob and Shadow and Eric and Elias and the Rob and Galaxy and Ellsworth and How Wheezy. Good to see you, man. Thank you for everything. Thank you for representing. I saw your tweet the other day. You went to, what, WrestleCon or something? And you're always sporting my shit whenever you go to these conventions. And you have, I don't know how many pictures, 36 pictures with you with various wrestling legends sporting my gear. So I appreciate that, dude. All right, we got about 100 folks in here. Channel is really kind of stalled out since WrestleMania because I haven't been up here very much. So want to try to get the ball rolling again. Let's get some subscribers, get some likes, get some traffic. Wake up my channel. It's been sleeping. Thank you, True to Game. It's good to be back. I really don't need to be drinking. I literally drink every single day of my vacation. But I do have a Pacifico open that I'm going to lightly sip on. I got a 2-beer maximum tonight because I do want to get some stuff done after Raw. And I ain't trying to have a buzz. Wow, James, I'm surprised you said that because I've always thought the opposite. Wrestling was tolerable back in 2010. 2010 is one of those years that in my head I always consider to be really bad. Maybe there were some good things in there that I'm forgetting, but around that time, all the way like up until the pipe bomb, like prior to the pipe bomb, it felt very much like it does now. It just felt like, oh, I hate this fucking show. It's awful. But things ain't much better now, that's for sure. Boy, they went through a hell of a ratings decline too. Didn't like 500,000 people drop off last week or the week before, something like that, when Baron Corbin was in the main event? Yikes. All right, Raw should be kicking off right now. Thank you, Sonic. I appreciate that. What's up, David Robinson? What's up, everybody? Good to be back. All right, the Modern Family daughter is crying her eyes out in the car. Can we just get to Raw? Wow, Raw without Roman Reigns. I can be okay with that. I pretty much completely missed last week, but wasn't surprised at all to see Samoa Joe turn up. I think that was the original plan during the shakeup, but the segment got scrapped or whatever. So when you saw Balor show up on SmackDown, you knew that Joe was headed back to Raw. WWE, they can't even figure out what they're doing. Didn't they already move Andrade back to SmackDown? And they did put Aleister Black. I've been saying that, haven't I? Split up Black and Ricochet. They finally did. Oh, they're in Rupp Arena, huh? All right, here comes Miss Bliss. What is she doing again? Announcing the participants? Devs30, thank you for that super chat, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you for the condolences. Yeah, I'm up and ready to rock. I don't have a guess for a Money in the Bank yet, dude. I gotta think. I don't even know what the hell's going on. I know we got AJ and Seth. AJ won a #1 contenders match, right? So that's the title match, which I didn't think they'd give us that one right off the bat, but they are. I'm not even sure who's in the Money in the Bank. And is it mixed branded? Is that how it works? I gotta refresh my memory. I don't think it's gonna be Elias because he's working Roman, right? I don't know who I'd give it to. I gotta think about it. Brandon? Y'all can hear me. I can hear me just fine right here. Christina. In Hartford? That's where they are? Or for Money in the Bank.
This event will once again host 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches, one for the men and one for the women.
Oh, maybe you meant the Raw volume. Sorry, I usually keep it on the same. Christina must be new.
For a championship match anywhere, anytime, hanging on the balance.
Who could win on the women's end?
Now allow me to introduce to you the 4 men representing Raw in the Money in the Bank ladder.
Oh, she's announcing the men too?
The monster among men, Braun Strowman.
All right, Strowman, no surprise. I definitely don't want to see him win it again, but I'm not surprised he's in it. Mike Witt, thank you, brother, for the $5. Welcome back. Did you happen to see Cody's promo on YouTube yesterday? It was the best promo I ever heard in years. It got me pumped for AEW. No, missed it. I did see that it is going to be Cody and Dustin at Double or Nothing, which is not a surprise. Dustin got all pissed off because fans found out that he was released. I even tweeted a really nice tribute to him, and he was all mad, calling fans marks and shit. And I'm like, dude, sorry, we know what's going on. I think it's awesome that he's going to work with his brother, and I think it's awesome that he got a release from WWE. I have no idea why he was so pissed. Fuck him. But I'll check that out. Haven't seen Cody's promo. I missed the Crockett Cup. I missed TNA Rebellion, and I missed everything pretty much in the last couple of weeks. All right. Rico Chet is also in the Money. We're going to bring him out one at a time with these entrances. Jesus. He'll be fun. He'll be fun in the Money in the Bank. That is our new Shelton Benjamin. Mark my words, Ricochet will probably be in every Money in the Bank as long as he's in WWE. And I say he will never win one until, like, maybe his 10th try. And they'll finally, like, give it to him just for risking his life the other 9 times. Aleister Black with Money in the Bank would be cool, too. I definitely want an entertaining briefcase holder. And I don't want anybody cashing it in, like, the next day. Thank you, Aaron. Glad to be back. So there's going to be, what, how many guys are in this? 8, 4 Raw, 4 SmackDown? So who's the final dude here? Joe? Corbin? Oh yeah, the Sasha Banks situation. I do have notes made. I did make some notes this week in case I was going to come up for a video, but I just wasn't able to do it. So I figured tonight was going to be the first time we were going to talk about this stuff. But there's quite the debate with the Sasha situation. Some people feel she's justified, some people feel she's not. I don't really give a shit what she does. Oh, there's Corbin. And Ricochet. There's a lot of big dudes in this Money in the Bank. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Corbin won either. WWE just really seems hell-bent on pushing him as a heel. It's just different with Corbin, you know? Like, there's a difference between a type of heel that fans want to pay money to see get their ass kicked, and the type of heel that fans just don't want to pay money to see at all. And as much as it rips my insides out to say this, Baron Corbin does a good job. Fans just hate him and want nothing to do with him or his stupid outfit, and I don't either. And I think the ratings effect showed that a couple weeks ago. Thank you, Tar, for the super chat. It's really good to be back. I've been really kind of out of sorts doing Denver and then Hawaii and all the shit that's been going on. I'm like desperate to get back to business as much as I can.
I mean, just last week, after you stole my victory, what did you do with that opportunity? Oh yeah, you blew it.
Yeah, you did blow it.
Okay, look, last week.
Hey Barry, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. I just mentioned you earlier on because I've got the two donation videos in the works that I'm working on, and yours is one of them. But I gave everybody a schedule update and what my plans are for the channel at the beginning of this video. So if you want to check it out, just scroll back to the beginning while Drew is talking shit to Corbin here. And you can hear all that stuff. I've got some plans and I've got some schedule updates for you. None of you are saying anything important. Huh.
Since you're the new guy, I'm gonna give you some advice. Stick to the high flying, the impressive aerial maneuvers, and leave the business talk to the grown-ups. Because if you don't, I will drop you.
I mean, this is the very definition of just like a meaningless promo. Like, nobody's gonna say anything worth anything here, and this will probably just lead to a tag match between these four guys. Right, won't it? Where's Long? Get him on out here. Oh yeah, we'll get to Bray. We'll get to Bray how easy. I don't know why I'm interested in this meaningless promo, and Strowman's got a gnar booger up there, man. There's been some internal changes in WWE too, right? Road Dogg stepped down. I think they lost 2 writers. One during WrestleMania weekend at the Hall of Fame, and I think another one. People are just sick of this shit, man. I think they're ran so hard, like, how creative can you be when you've been up for 20 hours straight, you know what I mean? Oh, did Braun just announce a tag match? No shit. What a surprise. Oh, and they're going to get him right now? Wonderful. All right. Tag match. After all that stuff. See, aren't you glad I was talking over that shit? Who cares about that? I want to see what the next Bray Wyatt vignette is. I like it. I'm going to be on board with this right from the word go here. I was not expecting this type of a repackage to this degree for Bray Wyatt. I actually kind of thought he was going to come back doing the same shit, and WWE might just push him a little harder. That's all. This is completely not what I had expected, but I'm just fearful of it because even though I like it on the surface, and after week 1, I'm like, it's so damn goofy, it's good, and could turn out to be a could turn out to be a career-changing gimmick for Bray Wyatt, or it can be dropped in 3 months and it can be completely screwed up, completely wasted, completely fucked up by WWE. They'll do everything wrong, they'll overdo it, they'll water it down, they'll shove it down our throats to where the fans just don't like it at all. It won't connect with the audience, all this stuff. Buddy, you gotta get out of here right now, man. There's a cat. I'm just worried that every time they get something good, they just completely obliterate it. And I just worry that that will be the fate of Bray Wyatt. But if they have a little bit of fun with this creatively, if they don't let too much influence them and too many people talk about how they should do this gimmick, if they just stick with their focus and, you know, keep it as simple as possible and keep it creepy and weird and entertaining, Bray Wyatt looks great. He's great in this role so far. Who knows how great this can be? It kind of reminds me of the New Day when they came in. Remember how silly those vignettes were and those promos? And then they debuted and the fans weren't connecting. A lot of talk online about, you know, what's wrong with the New Day? Why can't they seem to get over all this shit? But they stuck with it. And I don't know how many years they've been around now. You know, so it could happen. I got my fingers crossed. You need to get out of here, buddy, wherever you are. But I like it. I really do like it. Jesus. All right, let me go deal with this asshole real quick. There we go. He was all over the place. It's kind of funny. Bub is getting a little bit old, so he's sometimes missing jumps. Like, he'll try to jump up on a counter or something, and he just won't get enough air, and he'll fall backwards. And he can still jump up there. Sometimes he just has to try twice, and he just fell over here. I'm like, dude, get out of here. Let me do my live stream. I got super chats that I'm missing. I'm trying to talk about Bray Wyatt and that little bastard. Mike Witt, thank you very much, brother. Cody took a couple shots at the WWE in his promo. Okay, I heard about this promo. Somebody mentioned that a minute ago. I will check it out. Thanks for the $5. He talked very favorably about Punk's pipe bomb. Oh yeah, I'm sure they want to at least tease that Punk is coming. And I just have a feeling he will. Why in the world would Punk deny this opportunity? Not only could he get a huge payday. By the way, this tag team match is on. Do you guys give a shit about it? I don't. Let's talk about Mike's question. It just seems like it's a win-win all the way around for CM Punk. Huge payday. He'll return to wrestling. He will set the business completely on fire, and it will be one giant middle finger right in WWE's face. Everything that he wants, is right there. And all he has to do is take it. He's not even have to do anything. He might not even have to he'll probably eventually have to have a match, but it's not like this guy needs to work, a crazy independent wrestler schedule and lifestyle. He can come in for the big shows. Work a match, huge payday. Get the whole wrestling world talking about him. Don't forget, prior to him leaving WWE, he was like the top merch seller in the whole company. Was he not? Or at least he competed with Cena. So this isn't Neville, showing up there. So I think for AEW to really make their mark and really hit the ground running and say, we are here, WWE, you have a reason to at least acknowledge us and be fearful of us a little bit. And WWE clearly is. Pulling Taker and Angle from StarCast, cock-blocking Luke Harper on his release, and maybe even a couple of other guys. They know that All Elite Wrestling is out there. And that would just be a great way for them to say, hey, we actually are a competitor. We signed the hottest guy, the guy who's been out of the business for 5 years, but his name is still chanted across the world every night at wrestling shows. And we got him. And you'll never have him again. They need it. They need it, and to really plant a flag and say, we're here, bitches. They need CM Punk. And I think CM Punk should have the heart to do that for them, you know? Hell, take the payday. Why would he say no? It would be the easiest money he ever made. So I see him doing it. I think he's going to show up at Double or Nothing. Rock Smith, buddy, thank you for the $4. You are awesome. Did I miss any others? I think that's it. I think I got them all. By the way, in the ring, we've got Baron Corbin working over Ricochet a little bit. These are the 4 Raw competitors that are going to be competing in the Money in the Bank match on the 19th, and they are involved in a tag team match that was put together in the opening promo. 4 guys in a ring, all talking smack, leads to a tag match. How original. Oh, thanks for another $2, Mike Witt. I thought you meant AJ Styles. I'm like, why would AJ go there? You mean AJ? Yeah, she should too. She's a name. She's recognizable. They should come in. I mean, maybe not necessarily together, although I suppose they could. I just think like CM Punk doing some sort of a crazy run-in would be fabulous at Double or Nothing. Maybe even cutting a small promo, and then maybe after the fact bring AJ in to do something with the girls. It's up to her, but Punk is the guy they want. AEW will run out of cash too quickly. Well, they're doing the right thing, spending a lot of money up front in order for to hope for a big return later. They have the money. You know, if you own an NFL football team, you got a few bucks. So they're willing to shell out the money that it takes to launch this promotion right up front. But as far as running out of money, not really. I mean, the company would have to fail to turn a profit for like a dozen years, 20 years or something like that, you know. I think in the end they could start making money. But they're not for a while, so you're right there, Gary. But I've always said what you need if anybody's ever going to even dream of competing with WWE. And I still don't think in the end AEW is going to be anything more than just competition. It's not like there's going to be a fight to the death like with WCW, where only one company will be standing. Because WWE, they're not, it doesn't matter who comes along, nobody can put them out of business. It's impossible. But there sure as hell can be another place for talent to go. So if they start coming up, getting on the rise, and they're making money, they'll have money to spend. But I will say, if they do sign CM Punk, they're going to be in for a hefty payday to him. If I was Punk, I'm like, yeah, give me $3 million and I'll cut a 10-minute promo. Those are my terms. Shit, they might do it. Yeah, Rob thinks Punk is done with wrestling, cannot see him in AEW. I just cannot imagine why CM Punk would want to turn this down. It's going to be the easiest money he's ever made. He has to do nothing. Couple of matches? It's not like he has to go on the road. Just has to come in for a couple of matches. Cut a promo. Millions. Twitter would literally catch fire and explode. It'd be the easiest. I mean, think about that. Thinking about making 7 figures, doing a combined total of about 2 hours of work. I think he'll take the deal. I know, it was weird not being up here last Monday night, that's for sure. That is for sure. Yeah, I'm ready for the Bray Wyatt promo tonight, too. I want to see how they follow up with this. I kind of like that the, you know, that puppet, that buzzard or whatever that we've been seeing, they named it Mercy. And there's some talk that might actually be a nod to Waylon Mercy. I almost think that WWE is too stupid to make a cool reference like that, and I don't think anybody... I think it's just coincidence that they named it Mercy, but it's really cool. Considering Bray Wyatt's gimmick is kind of inspired a little bit by the Waylon Mercy character. Slightly. I mean, Punk still interacts with, like, wrestling people. There's been talk that was him under the mask doing a run-in at that indie show. Something that he's actually done more than once. He interacts with wrestlers on Twitter and shit all the time. Talks about his career. It's not like he's a hermit and not doing anything. Punk is sort of around. Why the hell is he going to go back to MMA to get his ass kicked again? I'd be blown away if he didn't want to do something. Doesn't mean he has to be back in wrestling balls in and balls deep in wrestling again. Doesn't have to mean that. Just means a couple of appearances. Work an Undertaker schedule. You can still have your whole life, you know? Think about how much money The Undertaker makes for what, 2-3 hours of work? CM Punk can have the same deal. Thank you, Joshua. I appreciate the super chat. No question attached. Yeah, Mr. Wyatt's neighborhood. It's got a Mr. Rogers feel to it. That's for sure. It's creepy as hell. What's the doll's name? Is it Abby? Or is it... Somebody said Penny? And I'm all wondering if he's going to wind up reverting back to the original Bray Wyatt at some point. If this is a really inverted ass backwards version of like The Undertaker transitioning into the American Badass. You got Bray Wyatt transitioning into Mr. Rogers. And then maybe he does this gimmick for a little while and then goes back to it. The gimmick isn't the same at all, but I don't know why Kerwin White popped in my mind when I saw Bray Wyatt, but it's got shades of that too, just the complete opposite of who the person really is. Jason, that I do agree with. CM Punk should stay far away from MMA. He's got no business doing it. I mean, I just don't think he stands any chance. I mean, and I'm not even a huge MMA fan, or, you know, I don't know how to analyze if somebody has talent or not, but I know CM Punk does not. I don't think the guy's talented, knows what he's doing, is tough, is strong. I think everybody he gets in the ring with is going to be better than him, and he needs to get the hell up out of there. Hey, Lisa, good to see you. Thank you very much. I appreciate the kind words. Oh, did Corbin... You didn't even move, Strowman. Oh, great. Now he's going to chase him around the ring. Yeah, I saw that. Thank you for the super chat, Dominique. There's just no way that was going to last with that Kevin Owens shit and the New Day. It was so goofy. It was like, what? So they went ahead and pulled the trigger on that heel turn, which I wasn't too surprised about. Hopefully Big E will get back in action here soon. He's out, right, with an injury. I'm a little bit concerned about Daniel Bryan, too. We don't know too much about his injury, right? Not too much has been released about it. I know he's been pulled from events. He's not currently in the mix on SmackDown. Who's Kofi facing, by the way? I don't even know what the hell's going on over there. I'm worried about Daniel Bryan. Makes me nervous. Makes me very, very nervous. No, I mentioned the Crockett Cup, though, earlier. I saw a couple of clips, but nothing too major. But I'm sorry I missed it. Yeah, I knew Nick Aldis and Skrull worked for the belt, right? But that's all I really knew about. Missed a lot of stuff. I know TNA had a pay-per-view last night, right? Rebellion. I think I have that pay-per-view on VHS. England-only pay-per-view, right? Rebellion. It's up there somewhere. Somebody was injured, right? Brian Cage, I think. Got taken to the hospital. Hope he's all right. Thank you for another one there, Mike Witt. Very cool of you. I appreciate it. Tony Khan said they are modeling AEW like ECW, not WCW. Just wish Vince would have had Brandon Harper's release to go to AEW. Jerk. Yeah, I agree. It kind of just pissed me off because I'm like, some guys are given releases too. They let Dustin go. They let Dillinger go. Hideo Itami go. Who else? Somebody else, right? So why Luke Harper? You know, just like why do they choose him to cock block, especially when he's like almost 40 years old? You know, this guy's got a small window to like make some money. You know, if he wants to go, let him go. Don't be like, just makes no sense. What is Luke Harper gonna do if he goes over to AEW? Put WWE out of business because fucking Luke Harper is there? He's not John Cena. You know, he's Luke Harper, WWE, who's criminally misused. He will not. Him going over there wouldn't affect WWE's business one way or the other at all. Where on the other side of that, it could be a positive thing for Harper. So I don't know if they'll talk him into sticking around or trying to give him a push for the remainder of his contract, because they did add time to it from his wrist injury or surgery or whatever he had. So sometimes WWE does the right thing. Sometimes they are just huge floppy dicks. And I don't know why they're doing that to Harper. I just take offense to it because I'm, you know, like I'm in my 40s. You know, if somebody was doing that and controlling my life when I have so little time left to have an athletic line of work, I'd be pissed. You know, you're taking time and money away from me, and you're controlling my life for no reason. Now, granted, I don't know internally the details of all of this. So if Luke Harper is cool with staying, he wants to give it another shot, great. I'm on his side, and I support him whatever he wants to do. But in that particular situation, I think WWE are a bunch of assholes. All right, Corbin just blind tagged himself in. Hopefully that will lead to him losing. And I think Harper going to AEW, he can do all sorts of shit there. He can have great matches. The dude's a hell of a worker, and he deserves a spot somewhere. All right, Ricochet's going to nail Corbin with the 1830. Oh, no, that's a shooting star. Strowman and Ricochet pick up the win in the opening match. Merrick, there is no such thing as a no-brainer with WWE. Everything's a brainer with these monkeys. Don't ever be too confident. I don't think they know what the fuck's going on half the time. They're not even going to know who's going to win the Money in the Bank until lunch, day of the pay-per-view. And then they'll probably change their mind right before showtime and give it to somebody else. And ultimately, it might be Drew. Oh yeah, we got a lot going on with Becky Lynch as well, so that was not a unification at WrestleMania. She's got to defend these belts individually. She's got Lacey Evans first, and then Charlotte, apparently. I think Lacey Evans first. So, granted, I haven't been watching the past couple of weeks that closely, but it feels like, to me, what they're probably going to do is have her beat Lacey and drop the SmackDown to Charlotte and have Charlotte be on Raw, or Charlotte be on SmackDown as a champion, Becky be on Raw. And that might be the best way to do it. Put your two top ladies on each brand. You know, that's what I think they're going to do. It keeps Becky strong, because if she has a grueling match, or maybe not a grueling match, but if she has a match with Lacey and beats her, she's clearly not 100% going in against Charlotte. Charlotte beats the weakened opponent, takes the belt back to SmackDown, and they get out of that deal with Becky walking around with two belts. It's probably their best chance to get out of that while keeping Becky over as possible, rather than having her like lose clean this close after, you know, winning at WrestleMania like that. So that's probably what they'll do, and then Charlotte can have a new opponent over there. You know, why are you putting the belt on Charlotte again? It doesn't matter. She'll probably drop it in 2 or 3 months anyway to somebody on SmackDown. So ultimately, that wouldn't bother me at all. I wouldn't care. And who knows who she can work with over on SmackDown. So that's kind of what I feel, but who knows? Like I said, to Merrick or whoever that was, don't be too confident, because I don't think with the WWE's head up their own asses so far, how am I going to try to predict what these psychopaths are doing? Yeah, Barry, that's the plan. Gonna do camera upgrades and all sorts of shit like that. Gonna do better lighting, all sorts of crap I want to work on this summer. new computer, all that type of stuff. So I want to really improve the quality of the channel. Like I said, I'm proud of the quality that I produce. I think it's good and a lot better than most, but I want it even better. You know, I just want it to be a little sharper. I want it to catch people's eye, keep them here, subscribe, change up the way I do things here or there. And ultimately, my ultimate goal that I don't even think I mentioned in the beginning, what my ultimate goal here is with this kind of overhaul of the channel is to figure out a way to produce more content and good content, not just any old content, but actually good content, produce more of it while doing less work than I currently am. So that's why I'm kind of changing things up. I might cancel a couple of series and add a couple of different ones. There's all sorts of like little things in my head. So that's going to be a work in progress, and that'll be coming throughout the duration of the summer. By the time we get into the fall, everything should be right where I want it. So it's not something I'm going to try to do overnight, but I'm going to slowly kind of transition things into a little bit better looking of a product for you. That's my goal. So that's what I'm working on kind of behind the scenes. It's time. You know, the channel's getting bigger, the channel's growing, and I need to grow with it, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Raph won't accept any bad words about Becky. Hey, Raph, Becky's a butthole. Becky's a dork chop. Becky's a buffoon. What are you going to do about it, Raph? Or Rafe? I'm kidding. I like Becky, too. Mike Witt, thanks, brother, for another $2. I'd like to see Bayley get a run with the title. I would, too. She's on SmackDown now. They split her and Sasha up after all that shit. And I agree with Sasha in the sense that I don't think they should have dropped the belts that quickly. I don't care that the Iconics won. Who gives a shit? The Iconics could have won in 2 months from now. I think WrestleMania was a little bit soon. And especially given what a long build that was, you know, with Bayley and Sasha, friends, not friends, friends, not friends, counseling sessions, and all of that, finally coming full circle, winning the belts in the chamber like that was great. A month later, you take it off of them. And split them up. You know, no run with the belts, no inevitable implosion, no, you know, big-time blow-off match at a big pay-per-view possibly between the two. That I could even see leading to them both becoming world title contenders again. Instead, they did the exact opposite thing that I would have done. Take the belts off of them after that year plus of whatever build, and then split them up. I don't know what they're smoking. And I would never smoke anything like that because it sounds like it makes you stupid. What are the Usos doing out here, by the way? Are they working with someone? Yeah, see, and again, and we were robbed. Down Ice is right. We were robbed of matches we could have gotten. Boss and Hug against Kyrie and Asuka. Please? That one would likely be good. Especially on a pay-per-view or something. Speaking of guys jumping ship, aren't these boys on their way out? Gallows and Anderson? This might be it for them. I think Usos are going to beat you guys. Just a guess. Lay Cool. No. I want nothing to do with Lay Cool. I thought they both sucked. That's crushed Big D. I'm not even a liberal, but I'm tired of every wrestler who's not American getting a foreign gimmick. It's just too 80s and outdated. Or just so 80s and outdated. Okay, I somewhat agree, but what the fuck does you being a liberal have anything to do with that? I don't really like cottage cheese, but I hope the Usos win this match. Yeah, maybe you might be right about Festus. Maybe Jesse does a run in here, beats the shit out of Carl Anderson, and reunites with Festus. Whatever happened to Jesse? Jesse was, wasn't he Terry Gordy's son? I think he was. Somebody was Bam Bam's son. I forgot. Hell yeah, I'd go over there too. If I was Gallows and Anderson. They can get paydays out the ass, man. I'm glad they're leaving. I hope they didn't re-sign and I missed it. They can go back to Japan for paydays out the ass. They can do All Elite. They can actually work as an independent contractor. Imagine that. How cool. Very like cool. I like the way they look. Man, Layla? Oh my god, I always thought she was one of the hottest divas they had back then. Wasn't she like a Laker girl? Just in the ring, man. These girls couldn't do anything back then. Those divas, I mean... Michelle was athletic. She could do that backflippy thing, but it looked like shit half the time. We Are Pro Wrestling. Is that? I've seen Kevin. I have that timeline actually. I wiped my ass today. Speaking of open heart surgery, that's funny. I don't remember that line. I've seen that that shoot though. Oh yeah, Layla's afro hair. I loved it. Life of Brandon, what's up? Missed you guys too. What's going on here audience-wise? All right, that's about our normal Monday stream. Make sure you subscribe. Get them likes up for me. If you could smash it, I'd appreciate it. Try to get me up to 100 at least. Got to kind of ease my way back in here to these live streams. And my plan here at the end of the week is I'll be up probably Friday. I'll do a Friday afternoon, 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 on the East Coast, something like that. I'll come up here, talk for an hour, talk about Raw, SmackDown, wrestling news, anything else that I missed. And that's going to be my schedule for the next couple of weeks here while I wrap up my father's affairs and deal with that and do things that I got to do. So I'll mention that periodically. It's just really my only way of getting this announcement out to you guys right now, so sorry for kind of repeating that. And if you want to hear what some of my channel ideas are and some of the changes coming, skip or rewind back to the beginning of this video later on and you can hear all about that. I came up about 10 minutes early before Raw went on the air and discussed what's been going on lately, so you can check that out. Max Phoenix, I hate the Styles Clash. I'm voting for anything over Styles Clash. I think it's like one of the dumbest moves. And I don't even know what the hell the Faith Breaker is. I don't know anybody's I don't know anybody's move names. I do know Styles Clash, but I've complained about move names before. I absolutely refuse to learn them. Or like signature move names, you know, like armbar and shit I know, but like in WWE, like every wrestler doesn't have a finisher, a name for their finisher. They have a name for like 4 of their moves. I refuse to keep track of that. Sick of it. So I don't know what the fuck the Faith Breaker is. Yeah, I miss it. Don't worry, I said it in spirit, Mike Witt. Anytime Michael Cole is talking, just think of my voice going, "Shut up, Michael Cole. You damn fool." You know the story that made me mad is the story of him being a dick to the NFL guy. He wore like shorts at WrestleMania, Pat McAfee or whatever. And Michael Cole like chewed him out in front of a bunch of people. I'm like, I wish that McAfee would have knocked Cole the hell out. Like I could not let that guy for 1 minute talk down to me like that. I would mount him. And what does Frank Costanza say? I would rain blows upon his head. What the fuck is this? Marley and Me or something? Yeah, and Styles Clash is dangerous. That's another move that I'm just like, man, do these people want to break their necks? I'm really not a fan of any type of move that just doesn't look like it hurts, you know? Like, the way he just delivers it, like, why is it hurting the guy he's putting it on more than him? They're both falling face first, right? I don't know. Just doesn't seem like a good finisher for him. As good as AJ is, I think he's got like the shittiest finisher. Or one of. I much prefer the forearm or the 450. Thank you, Catherine. Glad to be back. Thank you for texting me today. Good point, Dawn. Sit next to Corey Graves, and he's going to bitch at somebody for how they dress. I heard the story of, apparently he gathered his things and he was about to leave. And then they apologized to him and he wound up sticking around. But I just don't. He told the story himself on his podcast or whatever he has, and I listened to it. And I was actually surprised. I mean, I guess he wants a foot in the door at WWE. Doesn't want to burn a bridge, but I'm really surprised that he didn't, at least bark back at him. Be like, shut the fuck up, dude. And then Cole gives a half-assed apology or whatever. Yeah, I would never let somebody like Michael Cole talk to me like that, ever. Reading a text, sorry. Yeah, there needs to be a rule book to where, all wrestlers can name one move. If you're a former world champion, you can have as many as 3 moves. No, two moves named. And that's it. World champions only can have 2 moves. Everybody else 1 move. Let's make that a thing. How do we do, like a petition? Y'all set one up? I'll sign it first. Thank you, AJ Daniels. I appreciate the $5, dude. Yes. Vicky should shut up. I did hear what she said about Benoit. Yeah, she thinks he should be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, some people do think that. I think it's silly to think that. And I think that would ever be an option. I think people misunderstand what they're trying to debate. Nobody's debating Chris Benoit's career being a Hall of Fame career. It absolutely is. But you can't put him in the Hall of Fame. And it's just I think people talk about this they debate it oh yeah, he should definitely be in the Hall of Fame. They're thinking from a career perspective. I'm he murdered his family. He can't go into the Hall of Fame. Why this is even debated blows my mind. And so for Vicky to say that, but Eddie and Chris were very, very tight. She probably has love in her heart for Chris Benoit. They were friends. They were close. So, I've always just said the same thing. It's very simple. You don't need to debate it for 20 minutes, It's very simple. Hall of Fame career? Yes. Can you go into the Hall of Fame? No. Simple as that. There's really nothing else to be said. So Vicky is dumb. Mike Witt, thanks for another one, dude. You are awesome. Cole versus Greg in a steel cage. Oh my gosh. I like my life, and I really don't want to go for... I really don't want to go to prison, for murdering a wrestling announcer. So I'm gonna take a pass, and I'm gonna stay in the audience, and I'm gonna decline a fight with Michael Cole for his own protection. I mean, I'm not an animal. Signature move and a finishing move. Okay, Gary, you're gonna negotiate it a bit. I don't know, maybe. We might have to set some other guidelines, but I could maybe go for that. We'll see. We'll think about it. I'll take it under advisement. Hall of Fame is for career, not life. I disagree. It's not for life. It's not for your career if you murder people. I mean, they've yanked people out for yet less. Hulk Hogan said some bad words and they took him out. I don't know why the hell Sonny is still in there. But you got to understand, if you're the WWE, you are not going to bring this unwanted controversy. It would be stupid to do that just because of Chris Benoit's career. No, the Hall of Fame is not just for career. There are going to be circumstances, and there are going to be people that simply cannot go in. Baseball won't let people in for gambling and doing steroids. You're gonna let somebody in for killing people? Hell, Snuka is in too, right? And he's guilty as a motherfucker. But that's gonna bring so much unwanted. You know, because I'd say if you were to do a poll, I'd say the percentage of people that think he should be in the Hall of Fame is a lot lower than the people who think he should not be. So you're opening yourself up to a shit ton of controversy and unwanted bad publicity. It's stupid business. Benoit will never go in. Usos knock off Gallows and Anderson. No surprise there. Sonny is trashy. Sonny, I think, is in jail, right? Is she out of jail or in jail? I hope she's still there. I hope she's there and she never gets out. I think the only thing that can save Sonny at this point is multiple years behind bars. Like, minimum of, like, 7 years behind bars. Just keep her in there. Oh, we're gonna promo too? Oh, Revival?
They got another side. Ladies and gentlemen, put your kids to sleep. Make sure your grandmother's eyes are closed. And keep your thumb up in your mouth. Check it out. Yo, listen. Grab these. Grab. You got it? Yo, all right, check it.
What the hell are they doing? What the fuck? He's shaving his back? How do they not hear the Usos laughing their balls off right here? This is stupid. This is Attitude Era shit. Oh my god. That was an invasion of privacy, Corey says. Christina, to even question that about Snuka, you have no idea how over that guy was. He was Hogan over in the early 80s. Belt or no belt. He was a huge part of those late 70s, early 80s WWE. Absolutely. Well, I'm glad he wasn't shaving his balls. That would have been embarrassing. Old Sammy Morocco was not murdered by the Mafia. Morocco is still alive, I believe. You're thinking of Dino Bravo. What are people saying on Twitter about this back shaving shit? So, is Russo back or something? These two teams are probably two of my favorites in all of WWE. Love the Usos, love the Revival. I'm fine with promos between the two teams, but do you need a back shaving angle to get this match over? These are two of the best teams in the whole damn world. Just put them in there, let them wrestle. I understand you got to cut some promos, and they have to be mad at each other and have some conflict, but why walk in on shaving his back? Oh my god. Who the hell is... I want to see a picture of, like, all these writers at once. I want to see, like, are they 9 years old? I mean, they literally hit one of those right, like, 1 out of 20 times. They do some sort of silly-ass backstage like that. I mean, even back in the Attitude Era, you know, remember like Big Show peed on someone and in the bathroom, and there was all sorts of weird shit like that going on. WrestleMania does feel long ago. 3 weeks ago now, huh? Mike Witt with another one. Chill out, bro. I'll cut you off. Thanks for being so cool tonight, man. I appreciate it. The super chat. Benoit shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame, but WWE should stop trying to erase him from everything he was ever in on the network. I like the wrestler, not the man. Well, I think I'm okay with what they do with him on the network because they don't censor him. He's all there. All of his matches and everything is there. He's just kind of unsearchable. And to me, that's a fair compromise. To me, I can live with that. To me, it's not a travesty. If they took all of his matches out of the network completely, then yes. I feel like that would really be erasing history. You know, and these are paying customers that are paying for this video library, and we should get everything. You know, you shouldn't, I don't want to see it turn into a situation where they start picking and choosing, okay, we're going to show this person's matches, but not this one, and then it just becomes murky and becomes a problem. So they're doing the right thing by including everything, you know, maybe putting some disclaimers like the Owen Hart show and stuff like that. So if you can't find them by searching, it would be a lot easier if we could, but it's an inconvenience I'm willing to live with. Because at least you can still see his matches on the network. So it's not like they're all gone. But it's a weird situation. And no matter what we do, we should stay off the WWE's back about it. You know, they didn't ask for this guy to go out and fucking do this stuff. And it'd be hard for any company, any sport franchise to deal with something like that. You know, we've seen that too. We've seen it with the Patriots, you know, with Aaron Hernandez and the Carolina Panthers and a couple of other teams that have had some fucked up dudes in their system, you know. But with WWE, it's like, it's not some random nameless linebacker doing this. It's one of your top guys. It's a former world champion. You know, a big part of wrestling. Who main evented a lot of pay-per-views, you know. It's different. So I think all things considered, WWE's handling things as best as they can, you know. And so far, for my first Raw back in a couple of weeks, we have missed nothing. What have we seen so far? 4-man promo with 4 Raw guys competing in the Money in the Bank. That led to a tag. McIntyre and Corbin against Ricochet and Strowman. Ricochet and Strowman won that. We just had the Usos knocking off Gallows and Anderson and cut a little promo with the Revival. Apparently they walked in on the Revival. I don't know who was shaving whose back. One of them was shaving the other one's back in the shower. And then he cut a promo saying, I got hair on my back and whatever. And apparently the Revival have a match tonight with the Champs, which I didn't know about. Thank you, Jordan. It is good to be back. Weird Raw so far. Oh, my favorite commercial's on. I'm just waiting. The only reason I'm here is to see the Bray Wyatt promo. That's all I want to see tonight. See what that crazy fool's doing. Oh, this commercial. Oh, they had to hit me with one more little. Kyle, happy birthday to you. 36. Make a will. Old man. Halfway to 72. Does that make you feel old now? I'm a few years older than you, so enjoy your youth, my man. Because in 4 years, shit gets real. You wait. Man, I hope he didn't drop the soap. He might have dropped the shaving cream in there or dropped the razor. Paul Heyman bringing in his own team of writers for what? I think Paul Heyman's probably got a lot of influence on his own promos. He's probably one guy that I would think that they're leaving mostly alone. They might tell him, make sure you get this point in and that point in, but I think they trust Paul Heyman to cut his own promo. I don't think he would need a team of writers. I think Paul Heyman's creative enough to come up with his own shit. And his promos are always like still very good. You know, it's a lot of the same things all the time, but he definitely sells matches and he puts them over like nobody's business. Don't fix what ain't broke kind of thing, right? Lisa, how old am I? 19. 19 and a half, actually, if I want to be technical. Catherine with your 3 bullshit gray hairs. I got a bunch of them in my beard. Oh, hi, Miz. So Raw has 2 talking shows now. It's kind of sad. It is kind of weird seeing a Raw without Elias. I mean, Elias has been on every Raw for, what, the past minimum of a year? Like, literally every week. I can't think of many Raws where Elias has missed. He's out there singing or doing something. And what's going on with The Miz and Shane? Are they done? Because Shane's got this shit with Roman now on SmackDown. Joey G, thanks for the $2, man. 1 out of 10. How excited are you for Styles and Rollins for the match? 8, 9. Sometimes I think, though, WWE makes these matches without thinking through who's going to win. And I don't know. I mean, Rollins is going to retain, I would think. I might have held off on Styles and Rollins for a little bit. I'm glad it's Styles, though, and not Corbin. But, I mean, Seth just won the belt and everything, and just having a babyface program, I don't know. I'd rather see him just work with a heel and beat a heel for his first, like, little program. And maybe, I mean, earliest belt-dropping date I would do for Rollins would be SummerSlam. And I think it would be fun if the Money in the Bank winner beat him because, you know, he won the title much the same way. The Shield is no more. Ambrose is gone. Roman's on SmackDown now, and Seth's all by himself. And here comes Lashley. No Leo Rush with him. I did read something about Leo Rush having internal heat. Probably because he's a little prick. Are we getting a Lashley and Miz program? This almost makes me feel like Miz is going to go heel and they're going to try to turn Lashley face again or something.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Lashley. Kentucky seems to really...
Oh, that's right, Catherine. No more exciting moments for Elias on Raw streams. I might have to start doing SmackDown streams just for you.
Bobby Lashley's seen Miz TV before, and Bobby Lashley's going to set some ground rules right now. Bobby Lashley's only going to be answering the question.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Dean did cash in on Seth. You're right. Seth won the belt from Roman right before he got suspended. I did like that night. All 3 Shield members held the belt in the same night. That's cool.
Bobby Lashley thinks you need to watch your tone, Miz.
Lashley, are you talking? Because I'm not listening to you.
Okay, then. Bobby Lashley is probably wondering why I invited him on Miz TV. And when I was thinking of
I'm wondering that too, Miz.
for Miz TV's return to Monday Night Raw, it had to be you. I mean, look at you. You are one of the most athletically gifted superstars to ever come into a WWE ring. You possess some of the most raw natural talent in all the WWE. But yet there are some people that think that you have yet to put it all together. And it's not meant to be an insult, Bobby. I'm just saying some people are speculating that you may not be reaching your full potential.
Am I weird for saying that I like the Miz's outfit? I don't know why. I just get a kick out of the shit he wears.
Potential. Bobby Lashley's been back in WWE for 1 year.
It's like, let me just drape myself in douche. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I think of when I see him. His fucking glasses. I love it.
Now, Miz,
Love it.
what have you done? What have I done?
What have I done? I've won 900 Intercontinental titles.
To go stat for stat with me. You know, the old Miz would have said that he is an 8-time Intercontinental Champion, 7-time Tag Team Champion, 2-time United States Champion, WWE Champion. You can check my Wikipedia list. It goes on and on and on.
Check his Wikipedia. It'd be funny if Lashley pulled out his phone and started checking Wikipedia. I mean, Miz and Lashley, though,
You know, we'd be here for a
how good is this going to be?
time, but nobody is questioning my potential. I mean, if anything,
They're going to have Miz beat him?
have you seen my wife?
Yeah, we've all seen your wife.
But Bobby, I did all of that.
She's only with you for your money.
Shred of your athletic ability. Okay, Miz, you talk
Oh,
about
Catherine, I love quinoa. I'll have some with you.
talk about what you did do.
Put a piece of, like, grilled salmon on it or something. Mwah. It'd be delicious.
Lashley wants to talk about when Shane McMahon put a whooping on you and your old man. Bobby Lashley wants to talk about when Shane McMahon punched your, what was it? Baked potato looking father right in the face.
Baked potato looking father.
An opportunity for payback. And what'd you do, Miz? You screwed it up. No wonder why your father thinks you're worthless.
Alright, we got a brawl now. Oh shit, Jonathan, I forgot. That just reminded me. I meant to put something funny in the ticker about people that always ask me to show the screen. And I forgot. I had a really funny joke all set up. So no, sorry, brother. Every week it's just me watching Raw. You're gonna have to pay your cable bill and watch yourself. I'm just reacting. YouTube be having rules and stuff, dude. Ground beef grilled and red yellow peppers. Well, that sounds good. Ground beef in your quinoa?
I've been quite vigilant.
That's like beef wa.
Okay, Ryder.
You sure that would be good?
Dear Sharon, don't mess with my discount. Faster, Mommy, I gotta go to the bathroom.
I'd eat it like cold with some like grilled chicken and feta cheese or something like that, or salmon, or I don't know.
You're in labor.
Yeah, and I prefer my quinoa chili, like Jesse.
Get a discount up to 30% with Drive Safe and Save on State Farm.
Who's the U.S. champ? Samoa Joe's the U.S. champ. I don't even know who he's got in a program. What's Joe up to? We're gonna see him tonight, right? Oh, Rey Mysterio, I believe. That's right.
At Domino's, we love pizza as much as you do. That's why we're giving you pizza.
Silent Gamer, what's going on?
Any pizza from anywhere. Pizza from here? Yep.
How about from here?
That's right. Homemade pizza? I guess. Homemade pizza. That's a little better. New York style.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Any pizza.
I wasn't knocking it. I said it sounded good.
Pizza, you could earn
It also sounds weird.
points toward 3 Domino's. That means
Probably because you're weird.
scan medium 2-topping Domino's pizzas, just $5.99 each when you order 2 or more.
Oh, you're back, huh? Yeah. There's really not room up here for you, man. Recently got a new chair, and he can't really sit it in the right way. Come on. Yeah, you're on your own, buddy. Oh, there you are. All right, just chill. I like the lizard outfit. Ray had that at Mania, right? His outfit looked great. Except we only saw him for about 5 seconds. They are? I wasn't aware of that. NXT's having a Money in the Bank?
A guy loses free testosterone.
Really?
Even me. I couldn't stand shake like I used to.
I don't think they need that, but whatever.
Yes, it's the #1 seller.
What do I care?
Testosterone booster at GNC. Okay, great. But does it work for you? Oh yeah, my workouts are incredible now. I'm feeling stronger, more energetic, with a lot more drive.
So, say I knew someone who should try Nugenics. How does he do that?
It's easy. Just send a text to get a complimentary bottle. Frank's right. Now you can claim a complimentary bottle of
Eugenics. You know what this commercial reminds me of? Remember during the Attitude Era, the Stacker 2 commercials? There's actually a fan of the channel. I forget his name. I want to say it's Troy. He tweets me a lot. He was in one of those Stacker 2 commercials back in the day. Like a dietary supplement or something. This Frank Thomas shit reminds me of that. Jordan Smith, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. Who has a better overall roster, Raw or SmackDown? Did you see Season 2 of Cobra Kai? Yes, I did. That came out the night I got home from my vacation, so I stayed up all night and watched like every episode. I was up to like 6 in the morning. Knocked out the whole season. I was ready for that. Now I'm bummed because now we got to wait another year for Season 3 to come out. But I think Season 2 was every bit as good as Season 1. Great cliffhanger at the end and all sorts of great references to the movie like the first season had. My favorite was Tommy. He was in the final scene of the first Karate Kid in the background going, "Get him a body bag." And then he dies in Season 2 and they zip him up in a body bag. Oh my god. Fucking great. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's the only show I watch. The only show I give a shit about. So yep, I watched them all. I overdosed on Stacker 2. Yikes. Yeah, Troy some or other. He lives here in San Diego. He's a pretty big fan of the channel. Super nice guy. I guess he was in one of the commercials back then. He was like riding a bike or something. Here I am thinking they're setting up a pay-per-view match. They're just going on one-on-one right now. Miz and Lashley. Is Leo Rush going to come out there and interfere and cost him the match, or is Leo off TV for a while? Oh, there's Shane. All right, so this issue isn't over. Well, this will lead to Lashley winning easily, right? All right, so that means we're probably going to get another Miz and Shane match. What are the odds of Shane McMahon? Let me ask you that. Do you think we'll ever see Shane win the title? Like, could he maybe get in the Money in the Bank and, like, win it? Could you imagine that? I mean, Vince held the belt, right? And Shane has put his body in the line a hell of a lot more than Vince. Although Vince was pretty gnarly for a couple years there, especially that St. Valentine's cage match with Austin. But for all the tables and shit Shane has fallen off of, you think WWE wants to just put him in the record books as a former world champion, even if it's only for a month? They're gonna do it. You gotta do it now. He ain't no youngster. Did Shane really? Oh, there's his dad. It's a potato. All right, there's the spear. That's going to wrap up business for The Miz. How do you like to eat your Mrs. Dad? Do you like butter, sour cream, bacon, cheese, chives, salt and pepper? That's how I take my Mrs. Dad. Baked potato. And now Shane's laying some blows in. Come on, Miz, fight back. There you go. So who the hell is Shane feuding with? Roman Reigns or Miz? Shane throws weakest punches. Well, he's just not good at making them look good, that's all. I don't think his punches are really any weaker than anybody else's. His are just not very well done. He's no Bret Hart, that's for sure. Well, Shane just beating the hell out of the Miz again. Do you want to get some referees in there so Shane doesn't, I don't know, kill the Miz? Security? Oh, he wants a mic, but if he needs a microphone, it comes right away.
Just remember this. I am the best in the world.
Are they going to set up for a Saudi Arabia match? That's probably what they're going to do, right? Since this whole shit started with that World Cup. I'm actually going to not watch this one this time. Last one sucked. I hated it. I was actually pissed that I reviewed it. So I'm skipping this one completely. I don't give a shit what they do in Saudi Arabia. I won't watch it. Mrs. Dad on a pole match, book it. I'm surprised we haven't gotten there yet. Yeah, you put like a harness on his back and attach him to a hook. I can see his arms and legs flailing away up there. And then what's the rules then? Whoever retrieves the Mrs. Dad gets to use him as a weapon? All right. We are an hour and 15 minutes into Raw, and I'm giving this one a big old fat thumbs down so far. I'm curious, too. I agree with you, Aaron. I'm not watching any pay-per-view that's not on a Sunday. I'm kind of agree. And I just hate those in-between shows, like that pain-in-the-ass Australia show. You know, just this big, overproduced house show is all it really is most of the time. Saudi Arabia, so I don't know if they're going to go back to Australia again. I think last year they did that in what? October, something like that. I just don't have any interest in those. I didn't watch any of the Shield Network special either, their final chapter or whatever it was.
Unlimited talk, text, and data now for $20 a month with no activation fees and no contract ever. All on a lightning fast 4G LTE nationwide network. That's our best deal ever. Simple mobile, out with the old, in with the simple.
Introducing the $6 King Box. Choose from the flame-grilled Whopper, spicy crispy chicken, value fries, value drink, and 2 cookies for just $6. The $6 King Box now including the Angry Whopper.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if AEW winds up on Saturday pay-per-views and shit. I gotta start making plans for that. Jesus, now that I think about it, I need to take that night off and be home. And I need to find out how to watch it. None of this I know. When is that? The 25th? It's going to be the Saturday after Money in the Bank, I suppose, right? Shit, I need to make sure I'm off for that. I agree, Gold Standard. Good to see you in here. Raw is crap so far. I'm not digging any of these storylines either. I'm still yet to see any of this Robert Roode. He shaved his beard. Now he's got that porn star mustache going on. Looks a lot like Rick Rude. It seems like WWE is trying to change a few things up. You can tell that in some of the things they're doing on TV, but so far I don't feel like any of it's for the better. The only promising thing I've seen so far is this goofy-ass shit with Bray Wyatt. Aside from that, this is all ass. Which is a good time for, you know, kind of an internal, you know, channel overhaul and me getting some business done behind the scenes, because this is a shitty time of year. Yeah, I could do without Shane wrestling too, Mike. I'm fine with him coming in on occasion, but he's worked like every WrestleMania. He's been getting a match. It's getting a little old. It reminds me of how it used to be, though. You know, this is the type of shit Shane did when he was around. He'd work occasional pay-per-views, occasional programs with guys. He's still doing it now, doing it about as well. It's not like Shane was really that great of a wrestler anyway, so how can you really judge if he's lost a step? He's still diving off shit and doing crazy stuff. But if Shane was never in the ring again, I'd be fine with it. But Mike, you better hope that what I proposed earlier doesn't come true. Or didn't propose, but I speculated on if WWE maybe puts the belt on him for a month. Just to put his name in the record books. As a little thank you for all the furniture that your body has destroyed. Oh my god, when they put the horn on Kevin Owens. Oh, that's right, he's working with Owens. I'm like, who's Kofi working with for the title? Owens is another guy that I feel like they just ruined his return. They brought him back, gave him a title shot at the pay-per-view before WrestleMania, Fastlane, right? And then he wasn't even on WrestleMania, and now he's back wrestling for the title again. Who has ever done that? Find me a February to an April pay-per-view where a guy got a title shot in February and a title shot in April, but wasn't even on the WrestleMania card. Does that even exist? I bet no. Oh man, are the Viking boys coming out? They changed their name 3 times, so they've had this tag team has had 4 names, right?
Real nice display from the best.
What were they? War Machine, War Raiders, Viking Experience, Viking Raiders? 4 names in a year and a half? Huh? The Viking Raiders. They should change their individual names to fucking Minnesota and Oakland. Or Vegas, I suppose. Who are their opponents? The Raven Steelers? This team is so good, too. But this Viking shit, this is WWE is just ruins everything. So at least WWE changed the name. At least WWE knew how stupid it was. Viking Experience. What the fuck? Do you notice on Twitter, like, everybody's Twitter handle has changed to whatever their name is and Experience? Or their Twitter name or whatever? Like, everybody's making fun of this. Look at Michael Cole really emphasizing Raiders. The Viking Raiders. Alright, Lucha Party and Viking Raiders. Or War Warriors? Yeah, right? Like, why is the... I mean, I know the word war is an ugly word and everything, but, like, is it that bad that you can't have it on a PG show? Like, seriously? Do people give a shit? Oh my god, I said seriously, and Siri thought I was talking to her. Not you, seriously. Be quiet. No more talking. Chris Ludecki, good to see you, man. Thanks for the $5. Better tag title match. Austin and HBK versus Bulldog and Owen. I like that one. Or 2-man power trip versus Benoit and Jericho. 2 of my favorites ever. I might go with Benoit and Jericho. I thought that was just a great moment for them. And for those two guys to beat two guys that are on the level of Austin and Triple H was pretty incredible. Maybe even slightly more shocking than Austin and HBK beating Owen and Bulldog. So I might go Benoit and Jericho on that. That's still one of my favorite Monday Night Raws that ever happened the night after what pay-per-view? WrestleMania, right?
Underestimate the Lucha House Party. Metallic, Kalisto, and Lindsay Dorado. Eric and I were around the Battle of Winter felt would have ended.
Or maybe it was after the May pay-per-view, not WrestleMania. But that was awesome. San Jose, I think that match was in.
Kalisto's speed and agility is not going to get it tonight.
And here comes Eric, and I'm going to make Metallic pay, and so does Eric as well. Such explosiveness out of these huge men.
Oh no.
The Viking Raiders. My God. What a shit show. Joey G, thanks for another one, man. Appreciate it. Becky compared herself to Austin, Hogan, and Cena. I saw that. Nothing wrong with having confidence. I wouldn't put her on that level. Besides, you're not going to really have an Austin or Hogan or Cena really again. I don't even think Roman will get to that point. Just, there's no one person that sells tickets anymore. WWE is the Ice Capades, you know? It's like, you're there for the show, not for necessarily for like one individual wrestler. So I think Becky maybe is the modern day version of one of those guys. She is the most over talent currently on the roster right now, but I can sense that Becky will eventually lose some steam again. I just feel like she will. I like Becky and everything. I think she's awesome, but she definitely does not give you the type of feeling inside that Austin did, you know, or Hogan for that matter. All right, well, the Viking Raiders just Lucha experienced the house party out of there. There's another team they broke up. That's right. Sheamus and Cesaro have been split. Cesaro's over here on Raw, right? All right, is it time for Bray Wyatt's segment yet? What is taking so long? Oh, that's the name of their finisher? They're going to keep that? The Viking Experience? So we're not rid of the name. It's okay. Like I just said earlier, I don't memorize finisher names, so fuck your experience. Yeah, I know that they're shying away from the name War when the word war was on their microphone for like 5 years. Like, Jesus, WWE. The fuck does it matter? All right, Bliss is coming out. Bliss is coming out next to announce the women's participants. I don't know if she's announcing all of them or just the Raw ones. Probably just the Raw ones. Still don't know what the deal is with Alexa. She was kind of back in the ring and then not again, so I don't know health-wise what's going on with her.
Some kind of one-of-a-kind Hawaiian vacation? Kind of. Sweet, fluffy King's Hawaiian buns on 3 new R&B sandwiches. Smokehouse brisket.
Thank you, Zane. Good to be back. Rick Derringer nailed it with Real American. Yeah, he did.
Did the island thing look real?
I don't think so.
I remember Hogan's first theme song when he came back from AWA. It was like Hulk or Hulk, and then I think he came out to Eye of the Tiger for a while. And then Real American was supposed to be for Wyndham and Rotundo, because they were like the all-American boys. And they gave it to Hulk, and it worked. Glad they did. That was the right call there. Wait, they nicknamed Ember Moon the War Goddess, but they won't say war? What the fuck's going on? My quinoa and ground beef was yummy. I'm glad. I'm glad it was the bomb. Yeah, I didn't like the name change with the Legion of Doom. I mean, Road Warriors were a part of Legion of Doom prior to WWE and everything, but the Road Warriors was such a better name. The only reason I can think of back then that WWE changed the Road Warriors name was because there was a lot of warriors in the WWE. Your WWE champion was the Ultimate Warrior. Kerry Von Erich was the Texas Tornado. They even made him drop the modern day Warrior. So when the Road Warriors came in and Kerry Von Erich came in, they, as a matter of fact, I think that was a Survivor Series team, ironically. Those four guys who all have the nickname Warrior. But they took it away from Hawk and Animal and Kerry. I guess they only wanted one Warrior on the roster. Yeah, Dominique, you might be right. Alexa might put herself in the Money in the Bank. If she's healthy, you would seem like that's what she would do, right? And she won it last year. Didn't she win it and cashed in the same night, correct? Fucking up the Ronda and Nia Jax match. Best wishes out to Nia Jax. Got both of her wheels operated on, so she's going to be out for a while. She's another one on the shelf. Thanks, Jay, for the super chat. Think they will get some weight of Nia? What does that mean? Yeah, I just mentioned her. She's out with an injury. Kyle, it's ringing outside California right now? I don't hear anything. Maybe you mean it's raining. It has rained here today on and off. Which is kind of a bummer.
Oh my gosh, the other team say, oh, we're such best friends. And you're like, no,
The Iconics.
The Iconics, Billy Kay and Peyton Royce.
when we spoke for the first time.
Why does Raw have sponsors? Because that's how you make your money in TV. Advertising, sponsors. Go to any NFL stadium in the country. What's on the front? A Pepsi logo or a company of some kind or whatever. I'll take a pass on that Red Bull slush, Michael Cole. All right, Bliss. Now she's on the stage. 2 talk shows tonight in the first hour and a half. Lucky us.
Let's get on to the women. The first competitor will be the Queen of Hearts herself, Natalya.
Oh yeah, let's bring them all out. Oh man, is Brooke really in this thing? She probably is, isn't she? Thank you for wearing your stupid ears, Natalya. You don't look dumb at all.
Alexa, thank you so much for that incredible introduction. That was so sweet of you. You know, I've never been the Raw Women's Champion before, but after I win that contract, everything is gonna change.
I don't have any sponsors yet. Probably not quite big enough to get contacted to do any sort of in-video sponsors, but whatever commercials play before my videos on my ads, I guess that's it. Sam Roberts' favorite wrestler. Oh, everybody was so mad at Sam Roberts. I listened to what he said. I'm like, who fucking cares what Sam Roberts says? I can't believe he buried her. I'm like, who fucking cares? He's Sam Roberts.
This is my chance to jump in front of the line.
When the hell do we ever take heels seriously?
I am sick of being told to wait my turn.
Do we take what Baron Corbin says seriously? No, we laugh at his stupid face. Do the same thing to Sam Roberts.
Holding you back because your body language is telling me that.
Oh, shut up, both of you.
No offense, but you're given every opportunity. Anybody that starts their sentence off with no offense means to offend. Dana, you're just given every opportunity. Everything that I've gotten here, I've earned.
Okay, listen. Clearly,
What's wrong with me? Why am I watching this?
you guys
What's wrong with all of
how
us?
this works. I announce a name.
Are we crazy?
So if you can take your catty arguments and get them off my show.
Yeah, Alexa's right. Shut up, both of you. If you don't, I'll make you.
Because our next
With the volume button.
competitor is new to Monday Night
Hey, Catherine, I'm not fucking with Sam Roberts at all. I got his back. I don't care at all what he said. People wanted to crucify him. So unprofessional. Like, shut up. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It's fine. It's wrestling. Hello, Naomi. Please don't do the whole dance thing. Let's just get out to the... Alexa, you better announce yourself.
You know, I'm a former two-time SmackDown Women's Champion. And now that I'm here,
Does it really say glow time on your arm?
it's to become the Raw Women's Champion.
Should say stupid time.
Period. So at Money in the Bank, I'm gonna climb that ladder, retrieve my contract, and whoever the champion is gonna get all this glow. Get all this glow? Opportunities. I've been waiting for an opportunity as well, Naomi. Yeah, we all have been waiting for opportunity. Champ, I'm going to be the champ.
None of y'all are gonna be the champ. Y'all suck.
Okay?
Alexa's gonna be the champ. I'm rooting for her.
You guys are worse than the men, okay?
Yeah. True that.
You three should be ashamed of yourselves. Not only are you interrupting my show, but you're interrupting a very important moment for another woman on our roster.
Yeah, Alexa. Just like when she announced herself as the host, right?
That we're given this amazing opportunity, and now there's another woman, a colleague of ours, waiting to hear if she gets that same opportunity, hoping and praying that she hears her name, because this opportunity could change her life.
It's gotta be Alexa because you won last year. So as long as you're cleared, you need to be in this.
For my show, but for the sanctity and dignity of our women's division. Okay?
Do they have to give them all microphones? Give them one. Make them share it.
The last and final competitor to be competing
Yeah, we know it's gonna be you. We're not stupid, Alexa.
in the bank ladder match will be me.
What a surprise. Okay. Oh, they don't. They're all mad now. Is this gonna be a tag team match?
Yes. Oh, good job. So, speaking of opportunity, you all can leave and give the future Miss two-time Miss Money in the Bank the attention she deserves. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now. Give her the attention she deserves, y'all.
If you're in Money in the Bank, why don't you say we give the WWE Universe a little preview tonight? Great idea. Me versus you, right here and right now.
You know, Naomi, I would. I really would. But I don't want to.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not even in the right attire. I'm not
WWE worrying about stupid shit like a name like the War Raiders.
Well, that's funny.
They might want to take a closer look at Alexa Bliss's microphone there. I've seen some that look like that, except you don't talking to them.
Champion, Miss Former Money in the Bank. I guess you're not as good as you say you are.
Oh, shut up, Naomi. You're annoying.
You know what? You're on.
Oh, is the funhouse on already? Good. I'm ready for it. All right, here we go. What's this little rabbit? Is that Kevin Dunn? Oh, who is he? Bob Ross? Look at his beret.
Bonjour! As you can see, I love to paint.
That's a shitty painting, Bray.
It's a way for me to,
Looks terrible. It's not even in the lines.
express feelings. And when you're expressing yourself, no one can ever truly hurt you.
There's Kevin Dunn.
What's up, Bray? Are you painting over there, dude?
Hey, it's Rambling Rabbit. I sure am Rambling Rabbit. Would you like to see?
I used to have a TV like that. Those were the best.
Well,
Whoa, that's dark, brother. Was Sister Abigail inside? Is that when Randy Orton burned down the house?
this is no time for games.
Who is voicing Abby?
Whoa, take it easy, Abby. That's all in the past. Besides, I'm really sorry for what I did. I mean, all of you forgive me, right?
I forgive you, and your shirt matches the drapes.
Just keep it down while I'm trying to get my beauty rest.
If they start selling that Abby doll on WWE Shop,
She's a bit of a...
half of them are going to be possessed.
Is the sociopath like the word of the day or something?
I wish I could buy a bunch of them and send them to little kids.
I think
That would be awesome.
sociopath is the word of the day.
Sociopath is the word of the day.
S-O-C-P-A-T-H.
Plenty of them in the IWC.
Sociopath.
And on Twitter.
I think that's all the time we have for today.
Aw, really?
Remember my fireflies. As always, I'll light the way. And all you have
Fix your crooked ass painting.
is let me in.
I'll let you in, dude. Oh, Lord.
Bye. Thank you.
This might be our legit first serial killer gimmick. He's got at least 5 people in the basement. Chained to the wall. Alright, Alexa is gonna wrestle. I hope she beats Naomi. Naomi and your crazy promos.
3 outlars, 3 topping pizzas for $7.99. Domino's carry-out insurance.
Oh yeah, Dawn. You should definitely, if they come out with those dolls, give them to like 5-year-olds and 3-year-olds.
Stuff like this. Just
During my vacation, I was begging my sister for her to let me tell my 3-year-old niece where meat comes from, and she would not let me do it. I'm like, please, can I please describe it?
to have body wash that's cleansing and hydrating for my skin. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash rinses clean and rehydrates.
Oh yeah, I can see that Mike Witt and Abyss Joseph Park type of angle. Although I think he still being Abyss sometimes, so I don't know if Bray is gonna have relapses and go back to being Bray, or what's going on, or if this whole thing is just a charade and he's evil deep down, which we know has got to be the case.
And older at average risk.
Honey, have you seen my glasses?
I've always had a knack for finding things. Colon cancer, to be exact. And I find it non-invasively. No need for time off or special prep.
I like it too.
It all starts here.
At least it's goofy as hell. It's got everybody talking for the past week, and we've been wanting to see Bray come back. He's been ready, we've been ready, and they haven't brought him on TV for any reason. So,
Ask your doctor at
like I said, you know, WWE has this nasty habit of WWEing the shit out of things, and this is something that on the surface could have promise, but could just be royally screwed up in the end. With WWE overdoing it, diluting and watering down the hell out of it, which is very possible. Or it could be one of the most randomly over things we've ever seen. Everybody is so mad about Will Smith playing this genie. But who cares who plays the genie?
my calls dropped. It's very frustrating.
My blondes chose Verizon.
And I was having these issues, and my friend said, well,
And Naomi also, and she's a nice girl and everything, but
music if I switched
I don't like her theme song either. She's on my list of people's theme songs that I hate. That May, yay, yay, oh my god, hate it. It's up there. If I had a top 10, Naomi is on there for sure, along with Stephanie and probably Baron Corbin. I don't know, Catherine. She thinks Uncle Morgan is the best. I played with her. We played blocks. We built shit. I built sand castles with her. She thought I was the bomb.
ready to wear clothing without all the hassle? You can with Bounce dryer sheets. We tried one shirt without Bounce and an identical shirt using Bounce. The Bounce shirt has fewer wrinkles, less static, and more.
I don't know anything about Avengers or Game of Thrones, and that's what the whole world is talking about. Never seen any of those Avenger movies or whatever. Don't know anything about them, and I don't know shit about Game of Thrones either. But everybody loves it.
Tuesday, Friday,
back live with Naomi against Alexa. So this match was about to kick off, and then they immediately went to a commercial. Again. Anyway, the Rob. Thank you for the super chat, man. How do you think this Bray Wyatt Funhouse gimmick will translate to a WWE ring? Into a ring, I don't think it'll matter much at all. I hope they don't screw it up as soon as he comes back to the ring. Well, that's what I just said, is that we may see some early potential in this. It's interesting. It's different. It's definitely something new for Bray to do, which he was so badly... I don't want to use the word ruined. Maybe damaged is a better word. I don't know. With everything WWE did with him, I feel like to bring him back the way he was wouldn't, in the long term, aside from maybe an early title shot or something like we're seeing from Kevin Owens, wouldn't translate into much. So to completely do something else and try to take advantage of the charisma and the creepiness and the mic skills that Bray Wyatt has into a completely new gimmick and seeing if it works, I am 100% in favor of it. And in the ring, I think Bray will be mostly the same. I think he'll do this. He might not do the crab walk, but I think a lot of his ring style won't really change at all. But yeah, it just remains to be seen if WWE can follow through with this and actually keep it interesting. And I have my doubts, you know. I was a little surprised about the amount of fans complaining about it. I saw a lot of people say, oh, what are they doing? That's stupid. I'm like, you can't sit there and scream and yell for different shit and then complain when you get different shit, you know? Like, let them try it. See where it goes. There's a whole bunch of gimmicks in wrestling, current and former gimmicks, that on the surface fans should have hated, you know, but turned out to be super over characters. Give it a chance. You never know. 6 months from now, if the whole thing's ruined, then I guess we were right. Hey, Alexa, stop calling that spot. I wasn't even looking at the TV. I could see you doing that.
These two have battled in the past over on SmackDown over the SmackDown Women's Championship. Bliss, Presley, Naomi back to the mat again. Naomi goaded Bliss into this matchup. There's some line.
Yeah, to me, I don't see any point in hating on the Bray Wyatt thing, because you can't get any kind of worse than what they did with him, you know? They just had a whole lot of just kind of poor decisions throughout his run there. I'm all in favor of this. And plus, there's no rule, like, this is wrestling, and plus this is WWE, the company that has their head up their own asses 23 and a half hours of the day. So they can easily just go back to it. It's not a big deal, you know? I mentioned Kerwin White earlier on. Now, Eddie's death furthered that along quicker than they probably would have liked, but eventually Kerwin White would have gone back to Chavo Guerrero, you know? He just did a little bit earlier when Eddie died. So if this is a gimmick that turns out to be a huge colossal failure, then just bring him back as Bray Wyatt. What's the difference? Basically, it's worth it. Worth the risk, I feel, you know?
One of the best athletes in all of WWE. Everyone's been saying that for years, be it man or woman. Naomi's got it.
I cannot wait to see what Naomi's going to do in the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Man, that was a pretty big weekend for people that like TV and movies, right? Between that Game of Thrones shit and Avengers.
Nobody strategizes better than the goddess.
Hard to argue that point.
Oh my God! Naomi's hit knee and face first into the corner.
Yeah, Alexa's sporting two untied shoes right now. Tie your shit up, girl. You're gonna trip. You'll be tripping. What's up, Nick? Your work. Don't know if you covered this, but what do you think of WWE naming a show Stomping Grounds? I didn't even know what show is named Stomping Grounds. That sounds like something they'd do. Stomping Grounds. Sure. I guess I'm okay with the name. Don't care either way. Yeah, Kerwin was named after the Kerwin that's worked backstage for many, many years. Tying your shoes on Monday Night Raw. It's untied again. You need some new shoelaces. You loop it, you swoop it, you pull it. Ew, they're changing Backlash to that? Well, on one hand, that actually makes sense because I don't know why they moved Backlash from WrestleMania anyway. That was such a perfect pay-per-view and a perfect pay-per-view name to come right after WrestleMania. You can't have a WrestleMania Backlash, a pay-per-view after, you know, so you're probably going to have to change the name to it. And that pay-per-view was supposed to be here in San Diego, but they moved it. And now we're getting a live event on that day instead, which sucks. I was really hoping to go into a pay-per-view here. And apparently WrestleMania... Oh, Alexa lost. Apparently WrestleMania 37 is going to be here in LA. Or up the road in LA. I'm in San Diego, so that's exciting. Alexa, you need to get some new shoes. Solo Rager, you completely forgot about Great Balls of Fire. So did I, and you just reminded me. You're blocked. I'm kidding. I think Naomi is just one of the most annoying people in the world, but she does a fantastic split-legged moonsault. All right, we got Ray, and is this match for the belt? Look at Dominic. Look at this big bastard. I'm telling you, Samoa Joe is going to get to him. I predicted it to happen at WrestleMania, but Ray was kind of hurt. I'm telling you, Joe has to choke that kid out. Or Ray's son turns heel on him. That would be fun, too. Oh my God, Kathy, can you imagine the tickets for that shit? And that's so close to me, I'm gonna have to do it all. I don't want to think about that yet. They'll probably change it and move it to Minnesota or something. Remember little Dominic from 2005? My God, look at him. Why are you whispering? All right, here comes Becky. I will be right back while Becky's making her entrance. We're getting a commercial anyway, alright.
Here, so many flavors like brownie dough and back again, cotton candy.
Alrighty.
It's worth the wait, though.
Seriously.
DQ, happy, taste good.
Alright, sorry for that delay. I had to take a quick 1-minute break. Alright, commercial time. And then we're getting a Becky promo, which will likely lead to some Lacey Evans interference, right? And while Becky's talking, Lacey will come out and interrupt and cut her little Southern Belle promo thing, and then they may or may not brawl, and who knows what we'll see. Who knows what's going to happen.
I love it. Why? Because what I bring makes people go, whoa. Over 80,000 on-demand movies and shows.
Thanks for that, Lisa. Yeah, get them likes up for me. Pretty low amount of likes. Make sure you subscribe. I am here every single Monday, unless I'm on vacation. Otherwise, I'm up here watching this wonderful show called Raw. Well, I got a good handful of new subs in here tonight, I guess. Subs have really taken a dip in the last month. I was on a pace of like 800 to 1,000 a month, and that really took a drastic dip this month. So, trying to build up the subscribers again, try to keep this channel growing. And big changes are coming to the channel. I mentioned that in the beginning of this live stream. I've got a lot of things planned that'll start taking shape throughout the course of the summer, and I'm excited. So we're going to do a little facelift, a little overhaul, try to get some new ideas, and try to spice up the channel and make things look even better than they already do. That's my plan. So if you want to hear about any of that stuff, you can rewind to the beginning and catch that. But until then, while I'm working on some of the stuff and dealing with personal shit right now, next couple weeks, anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks, I'm going to just be doing live streams on Monday, and then I'll come up later in the week and we'll talk about all the wrestling news and Raw and SmackDown and predict pay-per-views and shit like that. So until I'm done handling all this business, that's all I'm going to have time to do. So I apologize in advance for that. In an alternate universe, Raw is good and Michael Cole was never born. It's out there somewhere. In the multiverse. Yeah, that was a drawing. I think you're right, Solo. That was a drawing of Abigail and the house burning. That was the Randy Orton thing, right? And I'm almost wondering if... I don't know. There's a million... You can't even predict something as goofy as this Firefly Funhouse shit, because there's literally a million different directions to go. I'm almost wondering if the Buzzard Mercy and Abigail like manifest themselves into an actual in-ring competitors. You know, if they get somebody to play the roles and they do some magic trick where they turn into people, and Bray forms a new stable with them. I don't even know how you can predict something as goofy as this shit. Synopsis Sports Media Awards. Okay, whatever. All right, Becky. Pulling double duty at Money in the Bank. Now, like I said, to me it feels like what they would do is have her beat Lacey and retain, and then drop the belt to Charlotte, separating those two finally, putting them on separate brands. Becky will be on Raw. It's really, I mean, if you got to think about a way, you can't go on with this two belts shit on Becky forever. So you got to take advantage of an opportunity to get the belt off of her while keeping her strong. And having her lose a match to Charlotte after already wrestling in a match, it's probably one of the only ways you can do it. So that's what I'd have them do. And the fans are just going to love seeing Charlotte with a belt again, aren't they? What, they're pushing her again?
Down live, you made a decision that most people would call impulsive. Just moments after Charlotte Flair defeated Bayley for a future title opportunity, you announced that at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, you'd be defending both of your titles.
Becky, 2 belts. I read the story that all of a sudden now they're okay with the word belt. Like they didn't want any of the announcers saying the word belt ever. But now Becky is Becky 2 belts. And I saw something that Vince is all of a sudden okay with the word belt again. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this company? Why was it ever banned to begin with? Why did it even matter? This company is just one frustrating story after another.
After the journey that I've had to get this, there is nothing impulsive about what I'm doing. Right, so the way that I look at it is I've got 2 options. I can just try and protect all that I have, or I can fight all. And I only know how to fight.
Right, but Becky, you obviously realize by defending both of your championships in a single night, you are greatly reducing the odds of
Do you think I would be standing here as a double champ if I cared about odds? Now let's look at this. A year ago, nobody thought that I could main event WrestleMania, but I did.
But I did. Yeah, we know you did, Becky. Where's Lacey? She's going to come out here, right? Takes 20 writers to come up with this. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Becky's going to go out in the ring, start cutting a promo, and then Lacey Evans is going to interrupt her and cut a promo on Becky. And this will be great.
And a month ago, Ronda Rousey, the so-called baddest woman on the planet, was unbeaten.
Thank you, Rarely Even. It is good to be back. Feels good to be back.
Maybe they're not here tonight, but many thought she was unbeatable until I beat her to become Becky Two Belts.
I did hear about Becky and Seth. I think they are. I hope they are. That's a whole lot of world champion sex going on there. They might be using them belts for other things. I saw them sit next to each other at the Hall of Fame, right? Charlotte and Andrade are together. Everybody's mad about that. Oh, they put Andrade because Charlotte wanted Andrade on SmackDown. So what? Andrade's better on SmackDown. What the fuck do you care? If one of the top wrestlers requested for their boyfriend or girlfriend to be on the same brand as them. Why is that wrong? If you're a big enough star and you have influence, use it.
So there's no way I am doing that now as double champ, even if it puts me at a huge disadvantage. So you can talk about impulses and odds.
When Daniel Bryan was like dating Brie Bella and he was super over, if he would have requested that him and Brie be on the same show, would people be pissed at Daniel Bryan? No.
So I say bring on my opponents.
Are we pissed at Seth and Becky for wanting to be on the same brand? Are we pissed at Aleister Black and Zelina?
Still has her number.
Because you notice they move black too. Are we mad at Zelina for that? Of course not. Because it's not fun to be mad at them. It's only fun to be mad at Charlotte.
Big mistake by punching someone who likes it. Now I never know where her sneak attacks are coming from, but I'll tell you this, and I will tell her this. I'll tell her exactly where and when her beating is coming, and that's at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
This promo is not going to end without Lacey coming out there.
Respect your confidence, but you mentioned the right hand of Lacey Evans. You think what we saw last week might be just a little preview of what we can expect out of your match at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view?
This was Monday Night Raw last week. Becky Lynch versus Alicia Fox. The disarmer. Fox will tap out. Watch what happened immediately. Lacey Evans with the woman's right. But that was the
I missed all this shit last week.
Southern Belle was lying in wait, wanted to make a statement and remind the man just who she is with a big second woman's right.
Yeah, Catherine, I hope you're right. I think Becky's smarter than that. Don't upload that shit to the cloud if you do it.
That wasn't a preview, that was a reminder. I'm just gonna take this from you now, Chuck.
I think if famous people want to make sex tapes, they need to record them on VHS only. Buy a sex tape camcorder, and everything you want to do gross, use that. The minute you start using your phone, you can't hack a VHS.
Becky Lynch, the man standing her ground, upset at what happened last week. The two women's rights.
I guess we're not getting Lacey Evans. Okay, I guess we are getting Lacey Evans.
What you wish for is gonna happen.
Lacey Evans got one back down from a bite.
Lacey's good on the mic. She really is. But you gonna have to lose this match, girl. Becky's gonna tap you out. And then Charlotte's gonna beat her. And then the fans are gonna be real happy about it.
My manners. But I warned you last week to not allow your emotions to get the best of you, sweetheart. And
It's
you
a
didn't
doing it for
listen.
Dewey shirt.
So I'm done talking.
Here we go. Oh, Lacey Evans going right after Becky Lynch.
Lacey's strong as shit too. I wouldn't mess with her. She'd whip my ass.
And Lacey Evans taking the fight to the man.
Gotta respect this fight out of Lacey Evans. A tall order in the man.
The brawl underway. Officials now coming out to try to
Oh, Nicholas's dad is there to restore order. Finally, somebody knows what they're doing. Yeah, I think Evans is the future. I don't think she's winning any belts of Money in the Bank. I'd be really surprised. Plus, if Becky beats her and then drops it to Charlotte, Becky comes back to Raw and continue her feud with Lacey. Maybe Lacey wins the belt down the road. I don't know. It certainly appears like a world title will be in Lacey's future. It's just, what the hell is there? I saw some people being like, WWE should really put the belt on Lacey Evans. I'm like, she's been on the roster like 3 months. What the fuck are you talking about? Why does everybody want everything done the same day? It's really time. 3 months, really? You want to just establish her a little bit more? Oh, did they smack heads there? I hope nobody got hurt there. Surprised Nicholas's dad needs this much help. Becky, move your... I want to make... Nobody's bleeding, right? Okay. Well, I'm glad the walking down to the ring and leaving thing is kind of done for Lacey. Now she's starting to get physical, and she's fighting hard. She's cutting a few more promos. Overall, I like Lacey. I just would not put a belt on her yet. Contract signing for AJ and Seth. All right. Yeah, I think it's too soon, Jason. I mean, as far as her not being ready, I think she's probably ready as far as like ring experience goes. She's had plenty of that. I'm sure she can handle it just fine. It's just like her as a character and her as a character on the roster. I just don't like it when they start people out too quick because it doesn't really leave them anywhere to go. You know, I'd rather see them start out like somewhere in the middle and like work their way up instead of starting at the top and falling down, you know, which is going to happen when you put somebody in a top program right out of the gate. And you don't have to wait years like you have to back in the day or anything, but, you know, give her 6 months and 2 previous programs before you give her a title shot. Let her work with fucking Mickie James for a run. Have a couple matches with her on Raw and beat her. Move on to somebody else. You know? And then after that, put her in a 4-way for a #1 contender shot, have her win it, she gets the match, and, you know, whatever. It just feels more natural that way. But, whatever. Like I said, I don't expect her to win the belt here. So, you know, she'll have a good, strong effort, maybe, and gain her some stock on the roster and stuff, but I don't know. I would have just held off. Because you do need some underneath feuds, too, with the women. You know, you don't have a whole lot going on. You got the Money in the Bank nonsense, but, you know, you don't have too many other, like, just one-on-one women's feuds that are not for a belt or not for the Money in the Bank. Who else is on Raw? Stick Lacey with someone else. Yeah, there is no one else. Well, I mean, I think an ideal, like, first opponent for Lacey would have been someone like a Natalya. Babyface, proven, former champion, that kind of thing. Go in there and put Lacey over. I would have had her work with Natty first. Alex has switched off Raw. Did you miss anything interesting? Not really, except for the Bray Wyatt vignette. We got another promo. We got another one of those little funhouse shows, which was weird. This time he was painted a, I guess, a picture of the cabin that was burned in the Randy Orton feud. Painted a picture of that thing on fire. So that weird ass possessed Sister Abigail doll and the buzzard and all that stuff again. So just as goofy as it was last week.
So Frank, you're the big hurt. Why do you need them checks? After 40, a guy loses free testosterone. Even me. I couldn't stay in shape like I used to.
So does Nugenics really work?
Yes, it's the #1 selling free testosterone.
Oh yeah, no, but I'm saying like work with Natty a little bit. Not just have a match and beat her. Like, you know, have a 4-week issue. Give him some promos and experience and all that stuff. But
It's easy. Just send a text to get a complimentary bottle. Frank's right. Now you can claim a complimentary.
man, we get a Nugenics commercial every commercial break. I hope Frank Thomas is making some money off this stuff.
Powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient, clinically researched to help a man feel stronger, leaner, more energetic, and more passion. And trust me, you'll like the difference too. Samples are not available in stores, so text CLOUT to 321 321 for a complimentary.
Well, too, another thing, old Sammy, about someone like Lacey is also sort of like Elias. She's got that particular gimmick to where, you know, you're saying she just comes out there as like a fashion model and does a walk and turns around and that's all she does. And that was what she was doing for a while there. She finally is doing some shit now. Now she's doing something with Becky. At least she's talking, fighting, things like that. But that's the problem that Elias found himself in, is he's got that guitar gimmick to where he never was in any sort of like significant program. He had a couple, like Strowman won and shit, but he never did anything that really mattered because he was all about going out there and doing his thing with the guitar every night. And they'd have random people interrupt him, and sometimes that would lead to a 3-week feud, and then sometimes it would lead to one match, and he never had a direction. Because I don't think WWE felt like he needed one. His deal is to go out there and get the crowd to chant, start a song, shit on the audience if he's a heel, praise them if he's a babyface, get interrupted by someone, have a match with him. That's just like day in, day out. That's what they did with him. And so meaningful storylines were like out the window with someone like him. Corey Graves, you have like a regular haircut. All right, we got Hawkins. Is this the Revival and Hawkins and Ryder match in the ring?
In front of the entire WWE universe, and even today, Caitlyn continues to be a part of.
I'm actually happy that Corey Graves looks a little more normal with that hair.
Make-A-Wish and WWE partnered together, and they granted Caitlyn's wish to meet Stephanie McMahon and become a WWE superstar.
I walked into the room and I thought it was
Yeah, I saw the Lacey promo, or heartfelt promo and everything. Why don't they do that with her? They could, but again, you know, does that really work a lot of times? You know, just the really sappy, happy to be here, you know, babyface. Sometimes isn't that great? Yes, the story and things that have happened to her in her life, there is a story to tell there. But, you know, I feel like, too, if somebody's just naturally good on the mic, my instinct is to make them heel, too. And take advantage of that. And I think, plus, you know, everybody turns heel in babyface. Eventually, they probably will get to that. Eventually, they will get to the point where, especially if Lacey has some good matches, fans start to like her, she goes babyface, and then she can be naturally cheered, you know, instead of the fans say, here's this person that has all these nice things, cheer her. Or sad things that happen to her, or whatever, you know. Yeah, that's like my first instinct, too, is to turn someone, or to have someone with good mic work go heel, or be a heel. Michael Cole should grow a mullet. One of my friends is doing it right now. He's got a mullet like Kenny Powers, and a mustache, and he's just doing it for fun. And he looks ridiculous, but it's hilarious. Like, I admire his balls. I'm worried that whole look is going to make a comeback. Last 2 times I've seen him, I've actually just called him Kenny.
Concentrate on this match tonight after a little run-in with the Usos earlier on.
Is this a title match? This is not, right?
Humiliating for the Revival. It was embarrassing. Oh! I feel bad for Hawkins and Ryder right now. Cover. And a kick out.
Yeah, I think we're going to see an angry Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson here tonight.
Well, if you missed it, the Usos actually on their camera on their phone caught a video of the Revival shaving each other's backs.
Truly, that was an invasion.
Shaving each other's backs.
Meanwhile, it was not funny. It was humiliating. But Renee, I mean, you gotta appreciate the freshly shorn back.
I do. Listen, nobody wants back hair in their lives.
It's good grooming. Those are girthy lats. I mean, there's a lot to be celebrated here.
2019 band statement.
Remember the Revival losing the tag.
Yeah, you would think maybe too with Lacey, like a tough military badass type of gimmick might be better for her. But I also like the type of gimmicks that like the don't judge a book by their cover gimmicks. And there's been a few like that, like Doink the Clown was kind of like that. He came out there giggling and laughing and squirting people with water and fucking with them. But they always said, you know, like, don't let all the giggles and smiles fool you. When he gets in the ring, he knows what he's doing. And he was a great wrestler, Matt Bourne. And so with Lacey, you know, like, don't let the fancy outfits and the properness and the Southern bellness fool you. She's a badass who can kick your ass. You know, so I don't really mind those necessarily, but the first 3 months were just soured me because I'm like, damn, every night there's walking her out there and walking her away. It was just like, okay, we get it. She's here. Nice outfit, but what the fuck else are they doing? So now they're finally doing something with her. I just think a world title is... I might have started her a little bit slower. That's all I'm saying. Only because I want the best for Lacey. I like her. I like what I see from her so far. I think she's good on the mic. She's got a good look. She looks athletic. She looks tough. I just want to do things right. I just want to do right by her.
Good position in this steadily growing Raw tag division.
Dawson continuing to control Ryder here. And
Shave your back chance. Fans, don't don't encourage them. All that's gonna do is WWE do more of those stupid segments.
Space appreciates it right now because it seems like Dawson's taking it out on him.
Oh, Evil Doink was amazing. Evil Doink was so stupidly good. I remember when he came in, everybody thought it was dumb. You look back on it, I'm like, it was pretty good. It's a good thing the internet didn't exist back then. What is this stupid gimmick? Has Vince lost his mind? That's what they'd be saying.
Wait, Zack Ryder had nothing to do with this, to be fair.
Yeah, Zack Ryder had nothing to do with this back shaving. Matt Bourne was solid. Matt Bourne was bitter, though, man. He's another Oregon guy. I thought Bourne, in his pre-WWE days, tried a little bit too hard to be Rowdy Piper. You know, it's one thing to, like, have somebody influence you, you know, the way Benoit basically patterned his career after Dynamite Kid. And it's another thing to steal it, you know, and I always thought Bourne just cut his promos. He did the same type of, the quick little spurts and the little breaths that Piper would take in between sentences. Like, Bourne did all the same stuff. And I'm like, why is he doing this? Be original, dude. All right, the champs won with a crucifix. Hey, at least champs won. What's the main event tonight? Joe and Ray? Must be, right? It wasn't a backslide, it was a crucifix, you dumbass. That was the same move that Becky Lynch won the title with at WrestleMania. Michael calls, oh, backslide. Hell, maybe it was a backslide and I missed it, but I don't think it was. Yeah, that's definitely the main event. Joe and Ray.
This is obviously a difficult night for you.
Who's this girl?
McMahon costing you a match with Lashley as well as rendering you unconscious.
Where do they get them? Like female interviewers are us? I swear there's 30 of these girls. And I can't tell them apart. It's all women. I never see any like just random dude. Miss, can I get a word before you leave? Back in the day, you didn't need anybody. You needed Mean Gene and Sean Mooney and Alfred Hayes. You didn't have 30 of them.
By challenging Shane McMahon to a steel cage match.
When is this? Steel cage match?
Miz obviously isn't thinking clearly. He's
Oh, good. Sammy. Wonderful. I can't wait to hear what Sammy says either. Yeah, I heard about what Vicky said, Real American. I talked about that a little while ago. The Grizzlies and the Mizes? No thanks.
We are gonna have so much fun. It's going down.
All new Biz and Misses, followed by Growing Up Grizzly, Tuesday starting at 10 on USA.
So you ready to do this?
You in?
I'm in.
This stuff is real visual.
You seem surprised.
Did Miz say when the cage match is going to happen? Are they going to try to do this at Money in the Bank? Or are they saving this for Saudi Arabia? Or are we getting it next week on Raw? Oh yeah, I haven't seen Robert Roode yet tonight either. Hopefully he'll come out. Is he a heel or a face anyway? He's a heel, right? Should the new Robert Roode be more like Val Venus? He has the look, theme, and charisma. The stash made me laugh so hard. I thought of Rick immediately. He does look a lot like Ravishing Rick. Rick was so much bigger than Bobby Roode, though. But he's got the same type of look. Oh, hi, buddy. Right up in my lap. Tell you what, these fuckers missed me while I was gone. Man. Come on, buddy. You gotta sit still. There's no room for you here. But I also don't know. I mean, I guess you mean Brandon be more like Val Venus because of the porn star mustache that Robert Roode has now. I don't know if WWE is going with the porn star gimmick again anytime soon, but it's something that I haven't seen much of yet, so I'll have to see if they bring him out here tonight. But thank you for the super chat, Marcus. What women has been helped with the weight approach? You're talking about like the Lacey Evans thing? Like, why wait? I just think you should wait because there's no rush to do anything. You know, like there's no rush. The women's roster, though, is not very deep. That is the one thing. So sometimes I guess they feel like they can just put women on top right away, have them work for the belts. It's fine. I'm just a tad more old school. Yeah, I'm like I said earlier, I'm not saying wait a year. You know, I'm just saying give her something to do first. Give her like a feud. Some sort of a feud. It can last a month. I don't care. Just more than just a match or two that she wins, you know? Give her a feud, give her a program, let her get her feet wet. And then give her a title match down the line. Just usually when they come right away like that, I just find it weird. But it's okay. I don't care if anybody disagrees. I don't give a shit. It's all good with me.
WWE's Client Protection Services, presented by Progressive. Protect your home and auto and save with Progressive today. Jimmy Hart, the mouth of the South, who managed and ensured the success of
Jimmy Hart is in a Progressive commercial.
Hall of Famers, such as the $1 Million Man, the Honky Tonk Man, and the Hart Foundation. We got this manager right here, the greatest manager. Jimmy Hart's clients were no stranger to opportunity. This is our road to the gold. And having the mouth of the South in your corner proved to be the perfect insurance policy. I told you. Here's another man who's had a big mouth.
Oh yeah, Sammy. What are you gonna say, Sammy?
Joining us live.
Team Rocket. I don't really have a favorite star. My favorite of all time, like as a youngster, was Bret Hart. But current roster, I don't like anybody. Like I like everybody.
Outside of the toxic prison walls of WWE.
Put a gun to my head and force me to pick. I'm going Big E.
The joy that I've been experiencing isn't just because I went on a couple of lovely trips. It's because over the last 9 months recovering from shoulder
Thanks, Brendan. Your Braves beat my Padres today. Let's go Braves. No problem. I can live with that. My city is still nicer.
introspection, I had time.
I think the Padres have a chance to actually be somewhat decent this year, given the money they spent in the offseason. But I usually don't get too concerned with how the Padres do because they always suck. So congrats to the Braves. I remember those 90s years, man. Tom Glavine,
The psychology.
David Justice, Fred McGriff. Not Brad Maddox, Greg Maddox,
Concept that really stuck with me, and I
John
think
Smoltz,
that it really does
Bobby Cox.
all of you. Can we just put it up here for a moment?
They had quite the team back in the day.
Obviously dumbed it down
Psychological
for you
entertainment.
and put it in big block
Or
letters
entitlement.
for you. But the concept is basically psychological entitlement. Psychological entitlement refers to a general belief that one deserves more or is entitled to more than others.
You think psychological entitlement occurs, exists a little bit in the IWC? Just a little?
Close to home, right?
Could it be everywhere?
It's almost not your fault. It's almost not your fault, but it is.
I quit Raw after the War Raiders call up. How's the show? Sucks, Spectra, but thanks for stopping by and hit me with a super chat.
Always right.
The Sammy promo was fucking gold.
Number of reasons why
But the rest of the show,
number of reasons this lie has been put onto you.
you ever had like a big pile of cow shit sit on your living room floor for like a week and a half and you don't touch it? So far, Raw's kind of been like that. I mean, who hasn't been there, right? Cow shit in your living room?
We both know I'm right.
You are right, Sammy.
You've come to think that what you feel is correct and that whatever you want should be given to you.
Sounds about right, Sammy.
If you don't get exactly what
Hi,
you
buddy.
want, exactly when you want it, exactly how you want it, you throw a fit. You throw these little baby tantrums. Last week, flying home at the airport at 4 in the morning, this soulless father walks up with his 5-year-old son.
Soulless father.
To me, he says, "Go on, son, ask him, ask him." And the little boy asks me to sign one of my action figures. Now, naturally, I said no. And he burst into tears and he cried and he ran into daddy's arms. Now, do you think that made me feel good? You honestly think that made me feel good? Okay, that says a lot more about you than you realize.
Yeah, Brandon. I've been to Atlanta many times. There's no comparison.
It made me sick. And the reason it made me
I like
sick
Atlanta.
more than anything is because this kid already
But it ain't no whale's vagina, that's for sure. Not even close.
He is owed something. At age 5, he already thinks I owe him something. Guess what, Junior? I don't owe you anything, just the same way I don't own any one of you a damn thing.
I'm gonna ask you for an autograph when I see you, Sami Zayn. See what you say.
I think I've been more than generous. I think 3 shoulder surgeries and 17 years of 5-star classic matches is pretty good, no? I
Fair enough.
Understood?
Yes, it's understood.
That is the new dynamic of this relationship. I will give you, and you will sit there and take whatever I am kind enough to give you.
Okay, no problem. I can live with that, Sammy. That's very reasonable.
It's so funny because I've got people coming up to me and attacking me left and right and saying, if you don't like WWE, you should just quit. Yeah, if you don't like it here, just quit.
He impersonates people the way I do.
Is that what you want? You want Sami Zayn to quit WWE?
Team Rocket, I'll make a deal with you. How about live your life in such a way that you don't give a shit? If a small, bald-headed YouTuber shouts you out, then I'll shout you out. Aspire to be that person. Come back in a week and I'll shout you out. Oh, something in my eye.
Believe me when I tell you that quitting WWE would be amazing.
Yeah, it would.
It would be amazing.
Please say it would be elite.
But you know what would be just a little bit more amazing? Is coming out here week after week and holding every single one of you accountable for your actions. Coming out here week after week and calling you out on your crap. Coming out here week after week and being the critic of the critics. That's right, the critic of the critics. For far too long, you've been drunk with power, and nobody's had the courage to stand up to you. But it is high time that Sami Zayn takes the power back.
Take it back, Sammy. Alright, so with this post-WrestleMania Monday Night Raw, how things have been going since then, I like Bray Wyatt, and I like Sami Zayn, and that is literally about it. Everything else I give less than a fuck about. Oh, that's right, we got the contract signing coming. I forgot about that. That's probably the main event. Alright, here comes Joe and Ray, and then we get AJ and Seth. No, Spectra, I did not. Thank you for the super chat, though. I have no idea what that even is. I've never watched a superhero movie in my life. I don't know anything about it. Didn't they just have one? Wasn't the Infinity thing like 3 months ago? It feels like it was. I can't keep track of this shit. I'm illiterate on Game of Thrones, too, so... Unfortunately, you've come to the wrong place for a discussion on that. The only show I watch is Cobra Kai on YouTube, because I'm a Karate Kid Mark. According to Paul Heyman, CM Punk will be back on TV soon. Well, if you can't trust Paul Heyman, who can you trust, right? I believe it. He'll probably be here next week.
So hurry in to get 4 tenders and a biscuit for just $3.99.
Do I like Alexa Bliss? No. I really wish she was a little bit better looking. No, I'm kidding. Of course I like Alexa Bliss. Yeah, trust me, y'all don't want to encourage me to start watching shit like movies and stuff, because if I ever do like watch something and then I like it and then I become obsessed with it, all that's gonna do is take away from the channel. So be happy that I'm like, I don't watch any TV. You know, between work and living in a beautiful city like San Diego where it's nice out all the time and trying to run a YouTube channel and doing several videos a week and stuff, you know, it's I ain't trying to sit down on the couch and watch too much. Wrestling takes up a lot.
I'm not the maid. I protect your home and auto. Hey, Campbell's, who's your new maid?
That's why I don't play video games either. So for some reason I get good at it or start liking it and become obsessed. That's just going to be another friggin' hobby for me to have that I don't have time for. JD has never tried to sell me any counterfeit jewelry, so I don't know. I haven't read that story. Doesn't seem like something he'd be into.
King Cafe, small iced coffee or frappe is just $1. Only at Burger King.
As the number one choice of hospitals, Pampers Swaddling
Janelle
System
Brown,
is
wow.
softer,
You talking about this commercial break?
and our most premium protection. Because everything that touches your baby should be this comforting. Pampers, the number one choice of hospitals, nurses, and parents.
Look, isn't that Frank Thomas?
The big hurt.
More like the big hunk. Oh, Frank Thomas.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. You look like you could still be.
Nugenics.
That's what I said.
Well, I am feeling strong.
What a surprise.
So, Frank, what's your secret? I discovered Nugenics.
I wish my husband did.
It's easy. Just send a text. If you're a guy over 40, text free.
Don't watch Batman either. The only Batman I ever saw was the one in '89. With Prince did the soundtrack and Jack Nicholson and Michael Keaton. It's the only one I ever saw. Is Buddy Rogers still alive? No. Buddy died in the 90s. Died in the 90s. Early 90s.
Here, try a bottle. And trust me, she'll like it too.
Catherine, no Harry Potter. We've talked about this.
You get a complimentary bottle of Nugenics. Samples are not available in stores, so text free.
I still have all of my Frank Thomas rookie cards. All of them. I collected him and Ken Griffey Jr. like a motherfucker. I swear, I had every card ever printed of either one of those guys for a while there. I might still have it. Or at least for the first 5 years. JD or Cronin. I like them both. They don't like each other. But I have no issue with either one of them, and I like them both equally. So I'm copping out on that one.
Now, Ray, I managed to watch that segment earlier with you and your son. It was very touching. But I noticed something. You see, your son tells you that he loves you, but his actions.
See, there's Joe talking about Dominic.
different.
You might
See, when I look
choke
at you,
Dominic out.
I look at a son who is ashamed.
Yeah, you're probably right. That's why I'm scared of the wand waving. I for sure am.
And in fact, Ray, if you were any kind of decent father, you would have got Dominic a match just like yours so he could hide that shame in public. But Ray, tonight, mass won't save you from me. And last week, AJ Styles used you to steal my Universal title opportunity. In fact, I should be signing that contract tonight. And for your transgressions against me tonight, Ray, there will be a reckoning. And rest assured, if you thought what I did to you at WrestleMania was bad, all Ray, tonight will make that pale in comparison.
All right, well, you better get cooking here because we got 25 minutes and you still got a contract signing to do. So come booyaka your ass out there, Ray. And get this match over with. Jay, thanks for the super chat. Who do I like better, Johnny or Daniel in Cobra Kai? I'm really liking Johnny. I'm thinking in season 3 they create a hybrid of their respective karate styles and take down Kreese and maybe even Terry Silver if he comes back. Allie is going to come back and maybe save Miguel. She's a surgeon. Johnny's awesome. He had me cracking up in both seasons. He was very funny. Because he's believable. You can pull him off. He can be passed off as a tough guy. You believe it. Plus, he legitimately knows karate. Ralph Macchio, on the other hand, they had to do a lot of tricky editing to get it to be able to make it look like this guy can fight.
And you must have to approach Samoa Joe with some kind of apprehension.
And look at Samoa Joe gonna launch himself. Oh, and Rey Mysterio using his quickness to his advantage.
I still love that Samoa Joe wears Umbros. I cannot get over that.
Launching himself off the apron and taking Joe off his feet.
I don't think booyaka is a verb, is it? I don't know. Kevin Nash might think it's an adjective. You have to ask him.
Is inside the mind of Rey Mysterio. He knows that it's a short. Oh, look out! Oh, Mysterio! Joe got his knees up. Joe got his knees up. We're gonna win.
Yeah, Joe is kind of a homewrecker. You're messing around with AJ's wife and now calling out Rey Mysterio's son? You know, the funny thing is, Jordan, if I had one critique about Cobra Kai, I was not a huge fan of the Stingray character. I thought it was a little bit cringy. They tried to go a little bit too funny with the humor, but it didn't ruin it. It was still had its moments. I also didn't like Dimitri beating up Hawk. There is no way, with the level of training that kid had in the show, that he'd be able to take down Hawk. So I thought that was dumb, and the Stingray character I wasn't a huge fan of, but the rest of it I thought was phenomenal. Phenomenal. Red Bull slushy sounds like the worst porn movie ever made. Yeah, it kind of does. Or maybe put more emphasis on the bull. Red Bull slushy. I don't know. I don't know really about Vlad Jr. because these days, Brandon, I'm more of a box score type of guy. I am not. My sports viewing and stuff has taken a drastic decline since the YouTube channel started taking off and everything. That's one area where I've suffered. I still watch, you know, games and shit, but I don't sit there and just watch hours of sports TV like I used to back in the day. So I'm kind of a little bit stupid when it comes to current talent. You know, I know what's going on and stuff, but as far as me like assessing or analyzing a talent and if they can be a big star, I really don't know. I hope Junior does well though, and Trout's a boss. Yeah, and Ralph Macchio was old. Remember, did anybody see the third Karate Kid? It wasn't a very good one. But the nemesis in that movie, the karate teacher, Terry Silver, was actually younger than Ralph Macchio during the filming of that movie. It is younger than Ralph Macchio. So during the filming of that movie, Macchio is supposed to be portraying the teenager. And this adult war hero karate man is actually younger than him in real life. It was weird. All right, Spectre, have a good rest of your night. This is not the greatest of Raws. We only have 200 people in here watching right now.
Taking Trulicity with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, belly pain, and decreased appetite.
Vomiting, belly pain. I'd rather just keep the disease I have than have that stuff. I'm not asking my doctor about Trulicity. I don't want to take it. Sounds awful. I hope I never have what Trulicity cures. Hilary Swank for Cobra Kai Season 3. I'm not ready for Hilary Swank. I never saw that Karate Kid. She might make an appearance, though, but I think I'd rather see some part. I'd rather see Chosen. I'd rather see Mike Barnes, Terry Silver. They brought back all the Cobra Kai guys in the first season, or in this last season. I'm trying to think who else and other floating around characters. Maybe some other girls. You know, Allie's coming back. Maybe one of Daniel's other girlfriends show up. The one from Okinawa. Something like that. Maybe Sato is still alive and he shows up at the end to help out or something. I don't know. I definitely want to see Johnny and Daniel together, though. They finally shook hands in the second season and laughed and had a good time. Eventually, I want to see them, like, tag team some motherfuckers and beat them up.
Ray's taking a great deal of damage, but this is the MO of Mysterio. Survive and overcome. Defeated senton by Ray.
Here we go, Ray's moving.
And Mysterio.
Man, these two guys are veterans, aren't they? Think of the travels of these two guys, Joe and Ray. Sato is dead? Damn it. I mean, maybe in real life, the actor. I'm just saying, like, in the show, is the character dead? I don't remember that. I guess they can't bring him back anymore. They can bring back Pat Morita, so it'd be silly to recast him.
Can Mysterio keep the momentum building? A stick and move by Rey Mysterio. Back into the corner by Samoa Joe. Mysterio kick to the face. Rey, using his quickness, slides through the legs. And sending Joe into the top turnbuckle. Joe's on spaghetti legs for the moment.
Oh, 619 to the boiler. Nice.
Brilliant. Mysterio up to the top rope. Can Rey do this? And he sends Joe into the net. Once again. That is the standard zone.
Oh, he blocked it.
The standard 619 squash. Nope. Mysterio to the center of the ring. Couldn't quite lock it in. Great defense by Mysterio. Joe wasn't able to get his arm underneath. Great jabbing with a Yagi. Sit down. And a big smile crosses the face of Samoa Joe as he realizes
Samoa
he's
Joe.
in control.
I didn't like the way you said that, Michael Cole.
And can he put Mysterio away?
Might be it.
Beautiful counter by Rey. Can he get Joe stacked?
Ray beat him?
Joe can't believe it.
Man, really smart. Who's this? Oh, it's his son. I'm like, who is this? Oh, Dominic's so getting choked out.
Realizes how much this match meant to him. And coming up next, they officially sign the contract
Does Dominic have his own dad on his shoulders?
at Money in the Bank. The Universal Champion Seth Rollins, AJ Styles together live next. What an incredible moment for Mysterio.
Damn, Dominic. He's got to be training, right? Now, sometimes I do Lisa. Tonight I've been pretty good. I've been just slow sipping. I drank every day of my vacation. So I really want to take it easy, but if I'm going to have to listen to Michael Cole's voice, I need at least a couple of cold ones. Whoa.
I know it, man. I'm feeling confident. Feeling pumped. I want to jump this thing. I don't know if that's such a good
Oh,
idea.
Jesus. All right, well, we got a commercial before the contract signing. I'll be right back in a second.
Gold slushes, half price during happy hour. There's nothing quite as magical as staying at a Disney resort hotel. Complimentary rides to and from the park, even extra time with your family. And right now, you can save up to 25% on rooms at select Disney resort hotels. So if you're not staying here, just think what you might be missing. Why not nacho? They made the original. Ow! I stuffed all over my nachos, walking like a taco, driving over.
All right. We are back. Time for the AJ and Seth contract signing.
Now it's hot.
Oh, Real American, they dropped the Junior years ago. He's never been Junior in WWE. Besides, Ray named himself after the original Rey Mysterio, and he called him Rey Mysterio Jr. So like Rey Mysterio wasn't his dad or anything. But yeah, they just dropped the Junior, just called him Rey Mysterio. The funny thing is, I'm actually okay with it. I liked the Rey Mysterio in WCW. It just felt right when Mike Tenay or whoever would call him Rey Mysterio Jr. And then in WWE, they dropped it and went on. Of all WWE's name changes and the dumb shit they do with names, that's one that probably upset me the least. Didn't bother me, they dropped the Junior. Now, even if Rey Mysterio was owned by WCW, Rey didn't come in until WCW was gone and purchased by WWE. So, but they didn't own it anyway, I don't think. But even if they did, it wouldn't matter. Damn, Paris 3 weeks away for you, Kathy? You're always somewhere. You've gone to more countries this year than I have in my life. Yeah, Mike, I was talking about that earlier on. It kind of hit me. I'm like, oh man, I need to make plans to be off that night. I will be home to watch Double or Nothing. I got to find out how to watch that. What is it, Fight TV or something? What do I have to do? Sign up for it, an app? Probably got to pay for the pay-per-view, right? So yeah, my plan is to be home, watch it, and hopefully live react to it. It's the 25th, I think. I definitely want to see it. Really wish I could go. Trip to Vegas is pretty cheap these days, but it'd be impossible for me to pull off.
White sofa and keep it spotless. People say to me, Melissa, how do you do it all? Remy? No, put it down. Stop arguing. Stop it. Mom, why is Remy? Well, it ain't easy. This ain't even my sofa.
Why are all these shows the same? The Rad Keys? Isn't it the same thing as Chrisley? Just with a rather large blonde-haired woman instead of Chrisley? Same thing. Oh, good. Michael Cole, you're moderating? Wonderful. It's must be my birthday.
Will clash for the very first time in WWE. And it's for the Universal Championship. First, the challenger. He is now part of Monday Night Raw. The phenomenal AJ Styles.
The only thing I know about Iron Man is that Iron Man 3 was filmed in my old hometown of Wilmington in North Carolina, because the restaurant group I worked for handled a lot of their catering and shit for the movie. And they saw everybody. But that's sad that he dies. If I ever went to Japan, it would be purely to watch a wrestling show. I'd love just to experience that. Hey y'all, they don't want none. Well, the match will be fun as hell. Vontae, no, I haven't, and that it bums me out, man. John Singleton. Boys in the Hood was one of my favorite all-time movies. Still is. And he was so stupidly young. He was just a few years older than I am. He was like 22 years old or something when he directed that. I think he had a stroke and they took him off life support and he passed away. Horrible. I mean, he was a big deal in the 90s, man. I remember that time well. And he had some other movies. I think he did like Poetic Justice and a couple of others that I saw and liked okay. But to me, none of them were even nearly as good as Boys in the Hood. All right, here's the champ. But yeah, I was really sad to hear about Singleton. Boys in the Hood too had like a really good soundtrack. I remember the like the main theme, kind of the slow one. I think it was the theme that they used in the movie when I think right after the guy was shot and they were out looking for the guys that did it. Just that slow. I remember it was on the soundtrack. Just really good score and really good songs and everything. And it told a pretty damn accurate story. You're right, Mike. You know, it was an important movie because it wasn't exaggerated much at all. It's pretty much exactly the way life is. Oh, higher learning, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's sad, man. He was way too young. 51 years old is still young, man.
SmackDown Live was good to me for 2 years. 2 amazing years. SmackDown Live was the house that AJ Styles built.
Yeah, you built the house and then you sold it. You're probably underneath on it anyway.
This is where it's at.
Or upside down on
The
it.
craziest fans are on Raw. I know that.
AJ, you were in Kentucky.
And Seth,
I wish Bobby Heenan was on commentary to make fun of Kentucky.
always liked you. Known you many years. Good guy. But you got something I want.
You know, I saw footage this weekend of an indie match between Seth and AJ. And I think AJ beat him, and after the match, he, like, cut a promo, like,
Universal champion.
hey, show this guy respect. He's going to be the future of the business one day. That's kind of cool, considering
And you and I both know when you
where they are now.
bad enough, you'll do some unexpected things to get it. But like I've said before, winners find a way.
That was his first match? I didn't know it was his first match ever. No shit.
The Universal Champion.
Yeah, we know that, AJ. I can see.
But like I said, I've known you for many years. And how many times has it been said that Seth Rollins will be the new AJ Styles? So many times. He's stronger. He's faster. Younger.
Shave his back.
More truth, Seth. You will never be the phenomenal AJ Styles.
I don't know, Vontae, if he was from California. I would assume he is. To be able to tell the story of Boys in the Hood that accurately, you kind of have to be from there, so I wouldn't be surprised if he was born right in L.A.
Compliment as it is, I never wanted to be the next AJ Styles.
Nobody from Boston is going to be able to tell that story, you know what I mean?
I always wanted to be the first Seth freaking Rollins. So I appreciate the compliment, I appreciate the enthusiasm, but man, look.
Oh man, my stream thinks I'm done. Nope, I'm still watching. Missing Seth's promo now.
Tom Phillips, that's Michael Cole. This
I wish it was Tom Phillips.
SmackDown Live, the house that you built. This is Monday Night Rollins. And so, you're right. And I respect every single thing you did on SmackDown. It was phenomenal. But you're going to have to be better than phenomenal if you want to take this title. from
Clyde, you're more than late. You missed the whole show. We got 5 minutes left. What I miss.
You see, I know how much that Universal Championship means to you. I know everything you went through to get there. You ran yourself ragged. Hey, correct me if I'm wrong. Weren't you obsessed with, like, showing you were the workhorse? You were a thoroughbred? But at what cost? Hey, here's my question, Seth. How you holding up?
Not to disrespect this promo, but another thing that's so amazing about Singleton directing that movie at the age that he was is I think about how I was when I was that age. I was a goddamn idiot when I was 23. I would have no concept of being able to do anything like that. And for a guy to not only direct a movie but win an Oscar for it, I mean, damn.
Oh, I have no doubt we'll burn it down, and I will build it back up.
Nobody should be burning anybody's house down. It's mean.
Think of how you're feeling and how you're holding up. I ask that because, well, your little team, your little brotherhood, they're not here to keep you going. They're not here.
Hey, at least he has a brotherhood, AJ. Where's your little club?
And don't get me wrong. You went through hell at WrestleMania. The problem is, I just don't think you have much left. But me, Seth, I'm ready to go.
They need manager. Who needs managers? Not these guys.
See this shirt? See this
Baby faces don't need managers.
Never rest. Never rust. You see, I'm gonna be that bulldog nipping at your heels. And at Money in the Bank, I'm gonna latch on. I'm gonna sink my teeth in.
Are y'all actually going to sign this contract? You got 4 minutes left. Probably 3 minutes. 3 minutes left.
Until I'm standing over you as the new Universal Champion.
Who do y'all think wins Money in the Bank? A Raw or a SmackDown guy? All right, you got to sign it, Seth. That's how contracts work.
What I'm saying, AJ, so let me spell it out for you. Look, we have a lot of things in common, we really do. But there's also a lot of differences between us. You know, you said it earlier, you like to build things up. Well, I like to.
No, you're probably right about that, Cherry. I don't know if it's necessarily Vince and only Vince. It's probably all of WWE, but I think Sammy is a vessel to say things that's probably on their mind. That's why I like Sammy's promo so much. He ain't wrong.
One thing that I've done that you've never done.
Fans are orangutans, and I'm glad that he's calling everybody out for it.
I beat Brock Lesnar, and that's why I'm standing here holding this, and you're standing there trying to take it away from me. You want to know how I'm holding up, how I'm doing? Ask Brock Lesnar, because I was at my best when I beat him at WrestleMania, and I will be at my best at Money in the Bank when I beat you.
Yeah, I'd like to see Seth keep that belt till SummerSlam. So whatever they do in this match, I feel like he's got to retain. Okay, now AJ's gonna now I'm gonna touch the belt. Could be my belt. I wore one of these once, except the strap was black. Kind of like your last name. Don't fight, guys. Just shake hands. Maybe a peck on the cheek. Seth, what does Seth have? 2-3 inches on AJ? Seth's taller than I thought. Yeah, you probably should turn. Oh, there he goes. There you go.
Styles said you're gonna do unexpected things to get what you want.
I don't know if he's necessarily turning heel here. I think he's just beating the crap out of Seth. AJ should go heel, though, again, right? He's a good heel.
Oh my God. Styles sent to the outside.
Seth Rollins just continues looking for this onslaught here for AJ Styles.
Suicide dive by Rollins.
Man, it's so refreshing to see a contract signing with some brawling. Finally, you know? Every time they just sign it and go off the air, we finally get a brawl. All right, that's the end of the show. No, we're going to get a phenomenal forearm. He's going through the table. Yeah, good spot there. Phenomenal forearm through the table.
AJ Styles with a statement. A reminder.
Everybody all right? Nobody got hurt?
His Universal Championship are under a phenomenal siege.
Man, that was a shitty Raw.
AJ is willing to go through to wrestle the Universal title away from Seth Rollins. It's going down at Money in the Bank. Rollins, Styles,
You don't want none.
Universal Championship.
All right, that's the end of Raw. Well, my first Raw back in a couple weeks sucked, but that's all right. Now I got so much going on right now. I don't have time for wrestling to be really great right now. So selfishly, I'm not that disappointed. I'm going to come up here probably this Friday. We'll do a live stream. We'll talk about news. We'll talk about whatever we see on SmackDown tomorrow. And whatever's going on, we'll get into all of it at the end of the week. So, yeah, it was fun tonight. But I'm not going to hang out long. I got stuff to do and shit to take care of. For those of you who weren't here when I first came alive, I came up about 10 minutes before Raw started. If you'd like to rewind, I say a few things in the beginning about what's going on with me. And I gave you guys kind of a schedule of what to expect from me in the next couple of weeks. I'm only going to be able to do live streams for a little while here while I take some care of some personal business, handling my father's affairs and things like that. And so it's really not going to allow me to jump right back in full blast into my video making. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do is come up here a couple of times a week to do some live streams, and behind the scenes, I'm giving the channel a little bit of an overhaul this summer, improving the quality on some of my videos, upgrading my equipment, changing some things around. Since I have the opportunity now to do that, I'm going to make that my big goal this summer and work on it, and I'm working on it already as we speak. So all sorts of that stuff's going on. It's going to be a fun summer on the channel. I got a lot of stuff planned, and you will see a lot of changes. And hopefully I'm going to find the balance of being able to give you guys more content than I'm currently giving you while working less time on it. That's kind of, I'm playing with some numbers here, trying to figure out different things I can do just to make the channel grow and be better than what it is. So that's all coming. You'll start seeing some gradual changes here as we move on here for the summer. But for the next couple of weeks, until I'm done wrapping up all of this business, I'm going to be up here every Monday for Raw. And then in lieu of a normal podcast episode, I'm going to come up here and do some live streams and discuss everything going on. So really nothing is changing, just how you're hearing from me is going to change. You're going to see a whole lot of this face for the next couple of weeks, just because that's the way it's got to be. But thank you again for everyone for hanging out tonight. It was great to be back. I'm glad to be back in the swing of things. I'll be back up here probably Friday afternoon. I'll make an announcement on that officially on social media. Follow me over on Twitter at GoodMicWork, and likely Friday afternoon, sometime midday, probably around 3 p.m. local time for me on the West Coast. I'll come up and talk for an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and we'll discuss everything going on. And that's the deal there. So y'all be good. Have a good rest of your night. Make sure you let me know over on Twitter any other complaints, critiques that you have about tonight's Monday Night Raw. Not a very good one. And also, hit me with your Money in the Bank ideas. So y'all take care to everybody who is still here, and Cherry and Rafe and Catherine and Richie and all y'all diehard. Thanks for hanging out. Talk to you soon. Be good.